I don't know. I think it's working. Hello, are we robots? Man, it looks like it's good on a little mini screen thing. I'm gonna say it's a win. Anyways, welcome to the Friday Fallout. It's gonna be a good show. Snorkel's not here, so Surug's still here, but whatever. Yeah. Let's woke up from a nap, so it's gonna take me a second to get warmed up. Yeah. Anyways, what's up, guys? Can you guys hear Anthony? Nope, they can't hear you. Hold on.
Oh, it's just...
Daniel can't figure out the audio.
Well, I was testing something. I want to see. Now they should be able to hear you. Say something. Say something funny.
Say something, don't you know? My testicles are big and flat.
Yeah.
And around them is wrinkled sack.
Yeah, okay, we're good now. So I was trying to see, because, anyone that runs Streamlabs, which is nobody else here, I'm guessing.
I don't.
Yeah, it lets you see, the little sound bar move, and I was assuming, if I pause the... Anyways, we got it figured out. We're not going to do this.
Oh,
Steve-O said, make us laugh, damn it. Well, fuck, man. Ooh, good.
You guys both went to faces. You guys both went to faces. Woogity woogity.
Yeah.
Yeah, because we're both clowns. That's our whole goal.
I'm used to make somebody laugh. It's usually a toddler. You're that's how I make kids laugh. I'm sure that's not the right way to do it.
Yeah, dude, you can't play peekaboo for too long. Seriously.
Yeah, well,
Surug, how was your week?
I learned a lot this week. Yeah, there was a lot of interesting things coming my way. One of the points is, do you know the Norwegian Navy has barcodes on the sides of their ships? It's so the dockmaster could Scandinavian. But the point is, a lot of other good things happened this week. I learned that Fallout from Friday Fallout isn't just our show. There's actually a video game, not called Friday, but called Fallout. And, just they made a TV show about it. So I'm going to watch that, not knowing the characters or what a health pack is. Isn't that weird? Oh, man. Besides that, some sewer things. I'm saying goodbye to this at the end of the week. Yep, come Sunday. No more luscious locks here.
What's the wife think about the situation? I'm just curious.
Oh, yeah. She wants to fuck with me. She's like, shave it all. Shave top and bottom. Shave it gone. The other suggestion was shave this really low because I have the tiniest chin on the market. It's actually right here. So she wants to get rid of the length and just keep this stupid little 40-year-old chin. And then I don't know. Yeah, she's not. Well, she wants a ponytail.
If you kept the hair, do you get the? So is it like a one or the other? You have to get rid of the beard and keep the hair, or you keep the hair and get rid of the beard?
That would be fucked.
Is it one of those? I'm asking.
Well, no, it's like she wants me to fuck with both of them. She just doesn't know to what extent. I think she just wants me to be tortured. Last time I shaved the beard, the resemblance was like, oh, you look like an ugly young Jack Nicholson. And then people go, oh, it can't be that bad. And then I show them a picture and they're like, oh, that is ugly Jack Nicholson. So she doesn't want this completely gone, but she definitely wants either the ponytail to come, which would be another year of this, or she wants just trim. No pressure.
So,
you ever seen a guy balding on top of the ponytail?
Yeah, usually they're getting their ass
not
kicked.
A good look.
Yeah,
that's what she's going for. She's like, "I'll get you the Dale shirt."
What'd you do to her?
Well, I talked.
I think that look also comes with a sleeveless leather jacket as well, like the vest.
I can see the Jack Nicholson thing now that you did that face, like that meme where he's like.
I want the jean jacket that's too short. Why does Levi's do that? Why does it stop at your belly button? No one wants that. But I want it. If I'm going to do a ponytail, that's what I'm going to wear.
Jean jacket. Canadian tuxedo cut.
A jean jacket and a bald top ponytail. Man, I gotta tell you, dude, I didn't know you were an art teacher.
Dude, crisp white t-shirt underneath. That would be, and then a necklace. Might be
Blasting
some
summer of
stupid,
'69 in your station wagon.
I'll have some stupid symbol on the necklace that only I know about. So that way it's an interesting conversation
Please
piece.
make sure it has some turquoise in it for
It
me
tastes
too.
too
Who
much
knows?
like Creed in here right now.
Yeah.
What say you, Anthony? How was your week?
It was busy. I did something fun today, I guess. I'm some days it's fun, some days it's not, but I'm doing can designs right now for a possible drink that we're gonna come out with. So
Oh,
I
nice.
spent the day doing that, making can designs. So yeah, I mean it's just a week. I work in a weed store. There's always something crazy going on. I'm a counselor as much as anything else. People just bring me their problems and dump them in my doorstep, and I really don't care, but I have to kind of act like I do. So, you know, it's not the funnest thing ever, but I still get to work in a weed store. So, you know, take the good with the bad. But yeah, it was a week. I've got some fun stuff planned for this evening. Just a bunch of random stuff. There's really no theme to any of this at all. But anyway, Vandal, how was your week, buddy?
It's all right. As you guys know, I'm a job bachelor. Make it sound cooler, I'm unemployed, or whatever. But so I've been applying to places, and like back in the day, I told you guys about it a billion fucking times. I worked at that pet place and stuff like that. So there's a couple of pet places here, paying absolute dog shit to clean up or like wash dog shit. Well, whatever, So I was like, fuck it, find something in between two, find something permanent. So I've been applying to you know, places. I got to answer for you, Ern. It's funny because I thought the same thing. So there's there's like a pet washing thing. Like, you come in on the weekends and you wash dogs. That's all it is. You know what I mean? Like nothing
Sure.
fucking crazy. No skills needed. No like grooming or anything. So I was like, I could do that. I like the pay is shit, but it's like, if you're gonna do something you hate, at least do it with like animals. I love dogs, and shit like that. So I applied to a couple of them, whatever. And like 4 out of 5 wanted me to take like a 2-hour personality test for a part-time job to wash dogs' asses. And I'm just like, dude, where the fuck world are you living in where you're going to offer like $12 an hour, make me work for 2 hours off the clock just to tell me that, yeah, I'm fucking psycho and I'm not going to get the job because these stupid fucking tests. And like, I know they started doing this like a long time ago because I remember had to be like early 2000s, because I was a teenager or something like that. And I was applying for jobs like the grocery store or shit, like, Albertsons or Smith's and shit. And they had the same thing. They used to have the like kiosk in the front where you'd apply in the store while some ladies walking by with their welfare cart and 8 kids, and shit like that. My mom, no, but and stuff like that. And like, I just like, I get it. But then again, I don't get it. Like, I think that was like one of the biggest scams ever. It's like, hey, let's make these 12 questions sound slightly different 300 times. This is going to get you the best fucking candidate. And then that's when you get the cashiers that just stand there like, oh yeah, we don't take coupons. It's literally right there in front of you. But yeah, so I don't understand it, and I get it. And I didn't know about this part because I've been using Indeed, because it's easy. You just upload a resume and you submit stuff to it,
Yeah.
And it's crazy because, like, excuse me, you hear about it, but like you don't really see it. I haven't really like looked for a job in a long time till recently, so I didn't really notice too much. But some of these people are fucking insane, man. Like, don't get me wrong, I wasn't top paid in my field, but I was compensated pretty well at my previous position. But now I'm seeing like these job things where it's like, oh, social media content marketing / sales director. It's like you have to create content and post, do all this stuff, do SEO for the website. And a lot of you guys probably don't know what I'm talking about. But basically, it's like 20 people's jobs, and it's like starting at $13 an hour, minimum requirement, a bachelor's degree. It's like, what the fuck are you thinking? Like, someone's going to go to school. What is that? A bachelor's is what, 6-year degree? You know what I mean? Like, I'm going to go to school for 6 years and incur this debt so I can come work for you for $12 an hour to take a picture of, like, this chick that dropped out that's making 10 times more than me holding a bottle of champagne. Like, oh, man.
That's how you pay back the debt.
Yeah.
SEO is almost a full-time job on its own.
SEO is
Like,
a full-time job, and I know about that stuff, but I don't want to do shit like that.
It's
Like,
horrible.
it's annoying. You're just typing into, like, a blank page. Oh, fill up the webpage with these 4,000 invisible words. It's like, that's fucking stupid. Like, I don't get it.
It is. I agree. Yeah. I mean, when you have to deal with that, like all of your product descriptions, like are difficult to read, make very little sense because they're all just buzzwords that one of the search engines will pick up on and send people your way. I mean, that's
Yeah.
really what you're trying to do.
And it's crazy too because especially with like Google and stuff, like I get it, SEO maybe can be helpful. I don't think it's that helpful because most of these people that you see in your top searches are sponsored ads. You know what I mean? That means that they pay Google to be on top of your job where you pay this poor guy that went to school for 8 years fucking $12 an hour to type in fucking cheesecake 14 different fucking ways to hopefully get a sale on your products that are illegal. You know what I mean? Like, oh wait.
I understand what you're saying, but I mean, there's a lot of people that never go past page 1.
Yep. I'll never go past page
SEO,
2, and that's with me pushing it. Ern's
right.
asking, okay, what is
SEO, it stands
SEO?
for
Search
science,
engine
entertainment,
optimization. So basically,
operator.
like, I'll give it to you in my terms, which is layman's terms. Um, so like I was just saying, so say like you had a website, say like Randall's Wrecking Yard, right? And I'm trying to get people to come to my Wrecking Yard website. So a lot of times what you can do is you can fill up your HTML, your web space, with a bunch of like trigger keywords that would pop up on Google. So say like, oh, you're looking for a wheel for a 97 Lincoln Town Navigator, or Town Center, or whatever the fuck it is, you know? I'd put that in the thing. But here's the thing. You're looking at probably like tens of thousands of words per website that you're putting on this page to try and attract one person to possibly look at it. And here's the thing, unless you're an established company or you have some kind of like multi fucking platform outreach to where you have like an influencer kind of thing where it's not like the vape guys and shit like that, you know, I get paid $5 in vape to take this stuff. No, I mean like actual marketing content people that go out and they seed your content, you pay them to advertise for you. It's just a waste. Like well, it's not a waste, but it is a waste. So Ben's like, basically it's hashtags. Yes, basically it's hashtags. They found a way to turn it into like a science. So now you're just more or less trying to attract the computer. So you're out there, you're like a bird at 4 in the fucking morning with your SEO, hoping another bird comes and fucks you.
Yeah. And some industries are so competitive that unfortunately you have to play this game, including I mean, the competition is fierce for the products that we sell. So yeah, we unfortunately have to spend a lot of time dealing with that crap.
I don't know about AI doing it. You have like, here's the thing, AI can be helpful. As of right now, I wouldn't use AI for it because AI, what it does is it learns off of web pages and what learns what's on the internet. So a lot of times what it's going to do is just copy and paste what other websites and stuff say and do, just in a different kind of phrase. So then again, you're like the AI, what it'll do is make you miss all those keyword triggers because they're trying to make it like those keyword triggers instead of those exact keyword triggers. And don't get me wrong, in the future, AI is going to be taken over. But as of right now, no. Yeah.
I'm feeling triggered.
Huh?
I said I'm feeling triggered right now.
Feeling triggered.
Yeah.
And I did want to address it that Ern said, remember you're talking about like, you know, being trauma dumped on. He's like, why do people feel the need to trauma dump on clerks? You want the sale, number one. Number two, they're a paying customer. Number three, you're an unlicensed therapist, motherfucker. You want to keep your job? Guess what? You're going to listen to me bitch about this for the next 15 minutes to make this $10 sale.
And the really bad ones have learned it because, you know, all the friends and anybody they know have stopped listening to them. So they go in and, you know, here's a guy that's getting paid. His store is open for another hour and a half. So he can't do anything but stand here and be nice to me for that length of time.
Yep. You know, it sounds kind of sad, you know, but that's how a lot of people are. You know what I mean? Like, that's enough interaction for them.
Yeah. I mean, I like Saturday night we were closing up, or I was closing up, and this guy was doing that, and I was like, "Hey, I hate to do this to you, man, but I got to close up."
Yeah.
You just got to let them know.
As nice as I could be about it, you know, it was no laundromat lady.
I'm like the exact opposite. I'm like a friendly guy, but when I go to my grocery store, I'll say friendly one-liners to people, you know, and make them laugh here and there and stuff. And then the next thing you know, the guy's stocking the tomatoes. He's like, I don't know. I think she's going to leave me. And I'm like, dude, I'm not, like, I just want to buy the tomatoes and leave. You know,
That's
I don't
what you get for being
them.
friendly, dumbass.
Yeah.
I would have helped the lady at the laundromat. That's all I'm saying.
I go grocery shopping with a clipboard so people don't ask me anything.
Oh. Too late. They all know my face and name by now.
Yeah. Let me go ahead and shout out chat real quick while it's only like 5-6 people active, because then I don't have to care later. No. Kentucky Sean's first one here said, cheers y'all, another week down. You're goddamn right, brother. Thank you for being here. We got a Rudy Tootie, fresh and fruity in the house. She's probably not here anymore. Delane is here. I can smell her. Ben says, I can only hear Vandal. You're fucking welcome, dude. I'll change it back if you want.
Yeah. Flip the script.
Yeah. Steve-O is here as well. What's up, Steve-O? Mr. Ben is here, and he said, was Scandinavian the punchline? If so, that was funny. Ronnie Jim says, what the fuck? The stream's normal, no robot voices are out of sync. Wow, guys, glad you got it fixed. You don't sound too happy. Yeah. V8 says, why is Vandal in the Taco Bell in La Palma? Because your mom took me out to eat after I was done with her. That's what's up, V8. Let's see who else. The Endless Black Ribbon. I have seen Sewer being really nice. Sewer's a nice guy. Sue is a nice guy. But man, he's too friendly. Like if I knew you in real life, I'd hate you. Like I'm glad that this is how I know you.
We wouldn't be socially friends. No, because I'd be like, come on, Vandal, let's go outside and get fresh air. And you'd be like, fuck you, you smell, or something.
Yeah. I mean, you'd show up at my house, you knock on my door, and you'd be like, let's go to this World War II signing of the Constitution recreation. I'm John Adams. And I'm like, no, man.
Because of the...
It doesn't even look like a music script behind you. I just keep imagining the Constitution. I'm expecting what's his name to come out and steal it from you.
Well, 4 steps and 7 scores ago, this treble clef was... Never mind. That's not the point.
Yeah.
He looks like he stood in line and waited to go see Hamilton.
He is Hamilton. He's like he's buying a ticket to his own show, so everyone knows it's him.
The doorman.
He's like,
Who is the Endless Black Ribbon? I have not seen that one before.
I haven't seen him either. Apparently they know you, though. Steve-O says, I'm full of shit, by the way. I spent all my day just chatting with customers. Man, you suck. No. K-Fang says, strangers always talk to me. And that's the worst part. The women have to deal with it probably way worse than the guys. Because I'm pretty expressive with it. I'm like, they're like, oh, my son just died, but, say like in my old job. But I really like strawberry flavor. I'm like, I bet he'd like it too. He's dead, I know. Yeah.
Very specific.
Yeah. New Wave Dave said, bachelor party started yesterday at 4 p.m.
Wow. Can't believe
Black
you made
party.
Yeah. That's an expensive fucking night.
No, it wouldn't be so bad if I didn't have other things I needed to get done. Like, it's not that I don't, I couldn't just stand there because that'd be a pretty easy day. But, there are other things like these shelves don't stock themselves. The longer I talk to you, the less product I'm putting up. So,
well, that was my favorite thing is like my last job. Is like I didn't really have to talk directly to customers. Sometimes people would message social media pages, right? I just pass it off to a sales guy, and stuff like that. But like that's something I'm gonna have to get used to. I might have to interact with customers on somehow. I don't know why anyone would want me to, but I applied. I forgot all about it. I sent it to Anthony. I had to do a little. One of the dispensaries hit me back up for a job interview thing, and so like I guess this is the first process. I don't fucking know. But they were like, oh, you have to do a 60-second long video to tell us why you're different from everyone else, but make it fun, and all this shit. And I'm just like, yeah, haha, I cut my hair. Like, I don't know what the fuck to say to this. Like, tell me to do a job, or whatever.
I wasn't going to say anything about it until you brought it up, so that's fine.
Yeah.
But it was hilarious.
You sit at a desk and do hours of streaming, and you can't provide 60 seconds for a potential...
Oh, he can, but see, it's just Vandal. So he doesn't know what to say. He needs somebody to play off of. Have you ever seen Vandal do a stream by himself? It's painful because he needs the interaction. That's the way he works. So he's just staring in the camera and he doesn't like pre-recorded shit either. Yeah. So he's just trying to like, hey, I'm Vandal and I live in Las Vegas and I'm a cool guy and I got hair from the 90s and I smoke weed and do you want to smoke some with me? And
they're like, make it fun. So I was like, I don't know how to make shit fun. I wore my Bobby Hill shirt for the video. I was like, oh yeah, Bobby Hill.
Talked about that like 3 times in the video too. You're like, I hope you like Bobby Hill. I hope you like King. Like, I'm sorry, man. It was just I laughed my fucking ass. If they like it, they'll like you. If they don't, then they just have to pass because that's as Vandal as it gets. It was so funny.
Yeah. So it looks like I'm gonna have to start working for another small time company and then work really hard, show them what it's like, and then get fired for calling one of their family members a piece of shit again. But hey, that's life. That's the cycle.
That's life.
That's what they say.
This is cycle. V8 says snorkel, still, cave diving, Vandal's mom. Actually, it would be like dirt diving. She's dead, dipshit. What up, V8 says Mike D. What up, Mike D? He said almost got distracted. 17 minutes late, but in it. Fuck yeah, dude. It's better be late than pregnant.
And I know who makes cheesecake. I know who the endless ribbon is now.
And Ben says I should have just yelled, "That's my purse. I don't know you," and I will next time. Actually, I'll do like a little video thing. So I did it right here, right at my desk, and I had to do it from my phone because I tried to do it from a computer. I was like, "Oh, I got some stuff for this." I want to put like Hello Kitty in the background, like fucking like Sailor Moon, you know. But you had to do it from your phone, so it sucked. So next time, if I ever have to do this, Ben gave me a good idea. I'm gonna do like an improv, like, "Oh, this is me auditioning for the job, part one. I'm sweeping the floors, and he asked me to do something I don't want to do, and I'm like, I guess, you know, just start like stalking something for 45 seconds.
It sounds like a plan while you're here, but once you're alone, yeah, you're not going to do any of it.
Yeah.
It would be better to do like both sides of the counter, like you're your own customer.
Yeah. Oh, I really hate this product. I'm like, oh, seriously, what can I get for you today?
Yeah.
Well, I really wanted to fall asleep. This kept me awake. Well, it looks like you're looking for more of an indica, so let me.
That'd be great, man.
Yeah. Let me get you some of these tangerines on the top of this weed right here.
Because how could you not watch something like that and laugh? Because they know it's like they're probably getting all the ones like, "Hi, my name is Anthony. I have much experience in these areas. This, and this.
Yeah.
That would be a great candidate to work at your shop." And Vano comes in with a character sketch. It's I mean, I've been an HR manager before, and I'd be like, "Yeah, that's the guy. That's the one I watch."
I would have fucked it up. I would just do voice the whole time, one voice, and they'd be like, "I'm not hiring a guy that talks like that."
Yeah, well, you guys know I'm kind of like, you know, I'm probably more left-leaning than most of the people on the show. But I definitely did let the green hair down on purpose because every time I've been in one of their locations, it's a lot of like blue hair girls and stuff like that, you know? So I was like,
play to your audience, man. That's the right thing to do.
I was like, yeah, you know, dude, like totally, brah, like, you know, smoking the weed.
For sure, dude.
But yeah. But yeah, that was my week. That was it. We got some stuff for you. There's no real theme tonight, but we have stuff to talk about. We're excited, and we'll talk about that later. I'm gonna run the rub down.
Oh, sure.
Rub it down.
Fuck you, Adobe. No, Rubadadon.
Rubadao.
Rubadon. There's a river that Caesar crossed, the Rubadon.
Oh yes.
Yeah.
Part the Rubadon
Into Mexico?
Yeah. He went down there and he got fake teeth or something. George Washington the 7th. Anthony, what do we got going on tonight?
A little bit of this and a little bit of that. So for tonight's rub down, we do have a rotten pizza. Wow, I can't even talk tonight. A rotten pizza review. Vandal's going to do a segment called AI Songs. I'm not exactly sure what this is all going to entail, so we will find out. I put it at the top just so we can get it out of the way. I do have a fun game, Nick versus John. We'll find out a little more about that once we get there. I decided to do some random picks because a bunch of crazy stuff has come across my desk that has no rhyme or reason to it, but it's all either funny or thought-provoking, so I thought, what the hell? And last, and certainly not least, and fantastic addition to our show, Dirty Drawing. So we'll see how it goes. But if you want to run that rotten pizza review bumper, we'll do the rotten pizzast of reviews.
Oh, we're getting sliced.
I hope it's not another takeover.
I guarantee.
How'd you do that though, Vandal? You didn't know that calzone was coming.
I fucking hate calzones. All right, Anthony.
What the?
All right. Before we get into that real quick, you guys ever heard of Princess Plum?
It sounds familiar.
God, it's one of the hilarious. It's a Honey Boo Boo parody thing that somebody did on YouTube and did like a ton of episodes. They're very well done, and it's some of the most hilarious shit I've ever seen about it. So look into it. All right, so tonight for Rotten Pizza Review, we're going to talk about the Fallout TV show.
Hey,
I was wondering if you wanted the raw potatoes or the pizza one. I told you, anyways. Yeah.
We're just gonna keep it with rotten pizza. I like that bumper better anyway. So I talked to Vandal just a moment about this week. I told him I'd watched this all the way through. I assumed he's gonna probably take most of this over. But I thought, for the most part, as a general thing, that this was pretty good. I have questions because I'm not an aficionado of the game, and neither is Sewer Rug, as he has spoken of earlier. but I thought story wise, it was pretty good. The characters that they found for this, the actors were pretty good. I can never remember the guy's name, but it's the guy with the teeth that plays one of the like the main ghoul in this.
Walter
I don't
Goggins.
know if anybody else in chat's seen this or not, but Vando, give the people some insight onto what you liked or didn't like. Since you're an aficionado of the game, there's probably things about this that you're like, well, that's not exactly right, or I didn't like this, or
Well, it's funny because I watched it with Delane, and Delane was like looking at me, and she's like, "Well, what, you ain't got nothing to say?" I was like, "No, like they actually did really good." I don't know what's going on. Like, welcome to the night.
Okay.
No, that's gross. Wow. Anyways, so Fallout is a game that came out in the 90s, late 90s, mid 90s, about a post-apocalyptic wasteland, right? So what happens is, as far as you know in the beginning, is a bunch of nukes and stuff went off. And here's the thing, guys. There's going to be spoilers, so if you're planning on watching it later, guess what? You're not going to leave. I know you're not going to leave. You're here. You got nothing else to do. So.
I gotta finish it. I got through the beginning, like the crops.
Yeah.
Gone. Yeah.
So basically, what happens is this game has been out for a long time. It's been through a couple developers' hands, but it was a top-down kind of game where you point and click, and then like your character would move across the map. You interact with people, right? The main premise of like the whole series is, for the most part, is you're a vault dweller. So what happens is there's a company called Vault Tech, and they're kind of like one of the bigger companies in the world, at that time. And so what they do is they sell these vaults for the inevitable collapse of nuclear war. The year's like 2077, shit like this, right? So it's in the future. The Fallout timeline follows American history until World War II. It diverges from there, where Americans never figured out how to use microprocessors and like certain chips, right? So a lot of stuff stays retro-futuristic. It's like tubes and shit like that, There's no cell phones and shit like this, or like, small little devices for the most part. Everything is like retro-futuristic, 1950s based. That's why it looks like it does. So it diverges from that timeline. And so basically every game you start out, for the most part, as someone that is like in this vault, right? And you got to escape the vault to go do something. So anyways, they made a TV show about it. A lot of retro-futuristic Americana. I'm going to say retro-futuristic 400 more times. So yeah, honestly, I'm used to asking questions. But more or less in the games, you go out, you explore. Like, say, for example, Fallout 3, your dad, you're born in the vault. It's what you wake up to. You have your birthday, and then like you're like 14, 15, whatever, and then your dad escapes. You got to go find him. But Sewer Rug, yeah, what's your question?
What does retro-futuristic mean?
So retro-futuristic is kind of like a steampunkish kind of thing. So what happens is, like, there's cars that float and they're running off of like nuclear power, but they look like they're from the 1950s and 60s. Stuff like that. It's a style. It's an aesthetic.
Okay. Yeah. I'm following now.
All right. So the first question that I have coming into this, because it jumps around through different storylines, and completely different characters. So first question I had is, if you're playing the game, do you have the choice of playing like any of those characters, or you're just the one?
You're just yourself, the main character, the protagonist, depending on it. So, and just a reference, in the first Fallout game, you're in a vault, right? And your vault's water chip breaks, and so the overseer, which is the lead, you're basically the president of your vault, sends you out to go find it. The second one, I never really played that much, so I'm not too sure. I've just watched a lot of videos on it. These are old PC games, The third one is when it was bought out by Bethesda. You have to try and find your dad and escape from a vault in the capital wasteland, which is Washington, D.C., after it's been hit with a bunch of nukes full of super mutants and ghouls. And ghouls are the result of humans that have been around radiation too long. They kind of look like zombies, and they don't attack other ghouls, but they'll attack everything else that's alive, kind of thing.
So why do they live so long?
Well, they say that, like, there's no real, like, science behind this shit, but it's more or less, the more nuclear exposure you get, the more you turn into a ghoul, and ghouls can live in and thrive with the nuclear exposure. So, like, it kills you, it turns you into, like, a zombie, basically, but you don't. Like, you're not like a zombie where you want to eat brains. You're just kind of like a feral, mindless creature. There are ghouls that aren't feral, right? So, like, they look like the main character of the show, Walter Goggins. I can't remember. A couple people said it, Chad, I believe. Delane said it, yeah. But like, you know, you can survive. And that's one thing that I didn't, that's one thing. That's the only real big thing I didn't notice is on the show, you see like it gets to a point a few episodes in where you see him taking the serum kind of thing. And he's like breathing it in and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I've never seen that before. So that's new to the game. Like as far as I know, like that's new from the series. It's new from the game to keep him from going feral. Cause most of the time in the game, it's like, oh, you've been alive long enough. And guess what? Your brain sucks. And now you're a zombie. Like, you know, like kind of thing. And now you eat other people.
Now there's a scene where they go into a different vault and there's guys like with one eye and like an ear growing out of his head and stuff like that, which, you know, I'm kind of bypassing that part. But the one thing that I didn't understand, and maybe I was hoping that this was part of the game, was that weird religious cult thing that was going on.
Yeah, so
what is that? Because that made no sense in any part
like
of
Vault
the
33,
show.
Vault 32, and then boom, you're married.
Yeah.
No, this is like Vault 3 or something. I mean, this is just some weird colony.
Yeah, Vault 4. So what happened is so in the games there's a lot of like, it's not really like there's some fantasy aspect of it, but it's more of a scientific kind of fantasy aspect of it. So what you'll do is you'll like there's some groups in the game that are religious kind of people. There's a group called the Children of Adam from the game that you haven't seen. What's up, Apathy? Good to see you.
Yeah, hey, Apathy.
They and Sexy King Phil too. I didn't shout out Sexy King Phil. What's up,
wow.
dude? So yeah, so basically there's a bunch of religious groups. The show kind of does it a justice to the original Fallout games. You see the Brotherhood of Steel, how they look kind of more of like more religious, right? More sanctimonious. Like, you know, they had their scribes with the robes and they had like the thing and all that stuff.
Yeah.
That's what they were like in the original games. And the newer games that most people play, like 3, 4, New Vegas and so on, they're more of like, or a militant group, but in the original games, they're more of like the Brotherhood, you know, but they're all ex-military members. But yeah, so there's a bunch of different factions and stuff that worship, like, and that particular one, I have no idea because that's brand new. Like that's brand new. But like there are other ones there. There's ones called like in Fallout 76. They're in West Virginia, right? And they worship the Mothman, which is like a legend from like that part of thing. And like they're out there praying, and then like in the game, I hop in, I start blowing them up and shooting them, and fucking them up, you know, and shit like that. But yeah, there's like religious groups and stuff in there. There's ones that, like I said before, Children of Adam, they worship radiation. They think like this was the calling of Adam, ATOM, you know, to come down and bring people to the next echelon of life, which is the ghoulification and shit like that, you know. So like, yeah, there's a lot of, there's some weird shit in there. And I know like you guys haven't played the games. Some people have. The newer games, they really don't play too much into it. But the older games, they were like there's a ghoul that had a tree growing out of his head. It was a lot more like sci-fi, you know what I mean? Instead of just like, oh, Tom Cruise in 1950, you know, like.
Yeah, it felt like there was some importance to it because they brought it up, but I was like, this really doesn't help any of the storylines or make anything kind of move in the direction. So I thought maybe it had more significance.
So what I'm assuming, obviously, is because, like I said, spoilers, guys. What's up, Rogue Shop? I think that's going to be a bigger faction coming in to like later in the next season or the next seasons, however long they want to play the show into. This will be like that group's, because like Fallout 3, they had the Children of Adam mainly, and then Fallout 4, they had them as well, and then a newer game, it's the Mothman or Cultist. I think this is their version of like those kind of religious zealot kind of people.
So do you think each season is going to touch on a different version of the game, or
no? It's so like what happened was like not the creator, but the producer guy is the big head of the Bethesda Studios, right, which makes games now. Todd Howard guy that's been in all the production stuff on it. He said like this is its own installment. Like they'll use stuff from previous things, but it's not like this isn't like playing off of the other games. Like you can't like play the games and then watch the show and expect it to be continuity. It's its own story in the universe of it.
Okay. But they still have med packs.
Yeah, well, it's stim packs, yeah. But there's a lot of stuff I can get into, but it'd have to be more specific questions. But let's see. Apathy says, yeah, I'm a huge Fallout fan. I've played them all. Still play 76. So the show didn't do a great job of explaining factions. And here's the thing: it's like it's the first season. There's going to be a lot of stuff that like individual people are going to want. This is my opinion, you know, that they're going to want to see. You know what I mean? You got to give them time. There's so much. I mean, this game's been out longer than some. Like this game's older than Patrick. You know what I mean? Like.
Yeah, I didn't think it was going to get. I didn't know that there was a season 2 because I feel like it's a good in a story in and of itself. Like
Yeah.
it stands alone that season. So I'm glad there will be more, because I mean, obviously it's a big universe to
Yeah.
deal with.
Well, and the Nolan guy that's producing it or directing it and shit like that, like he played Fallout 3 a lot. Like he talked about it and stuff like that. So it's good we have people that are like, excuse me, behind the scenes that are like they're players of it. They know that they at least know of most of it. I'm not expecting this like millionaire movie producer to be like, oh, I played 6,000 hours just like you did, Vandal. Like I'm not expecting that, but I think they did a really good job. Like there's some stuff I didn't quite notice, but like it was small detail things, But like I said, this is their entry into the series, so there's going to be some new stuff, some different stuff, and things like that. But
I think it'll be good for the game too, because I think
oh, dude, so it's funny you say that, because every game on Steam, which is like a PC platform, right, where you play games through and shit like that, it's kind of like stuff like. Anyways, they it was like millions and millions of people started playing them again, like the old games, the new ones. 70. I started playing 76 again because of the show, which is their latest entry, and like I played it for a couple of years. I got bored of it and all that stuff. But yeah, they did a really good job. Like even like Delaney put in the chat, the Brahmin and the Yao guy were perfect. So the Yao guy is like a bear that got hit with radiation, so it's all huge, and it's like not Winnie the Pooh, but it's like Winnie the Pooh and like Martin Luther King Street. You know what I mean? Like he's gonna fuck you up, kind of stuff. And then like they had like
the D block.
Yeah, and the Brahmin is the 2-headed cows. That's what they call them. It's just regular cows, but they mutated to 2 heads. The Gulpers, but yeah. So Patrick says it was released in 97. It's not older than me. You don't even know your shit. Man, I don't get paid to do this. Well, let me put the tip thing up, and then you guys can tell me what I'm wrong on. Yeah.
Off the cuff.
Apathy says what, by a year? Yeah, exactly. You were still shitting your pants. Yeah, but yeah. But yeah, they did a really good job. What I'm excited to see is so if there's a couple people obviously in the some fans in the chat. Hopefully you guys watch it because this is gonna be Google's free, bitch. That's why you got it. No. They're gonna go into which was my favorite game, the New Vegas area, right, where it's like the post-apocalyptic Vegas, and stuff like that. That's what you saw at the end of the first season, and so I'm interested to see where it goes. It looks like it's all fucked up and blown up, and so we're like. Everyone was always curious because that game, it gave you like a multitude of endings. I think there's like 6 different endings you can choose for that game. It's one where you help this group called Caesar's Legion. And basically it's like this guy has like this complex. He makes into like Roman soldiers basically, and they conquer tribes of people and settlers of people, absorb them just like the Romans did, and they conquer everything. Women have no rights. Women can't vote, slaves and shit like this. There's a guy called Mr. House, which is supposed to be a play on Howard Hughes. He is the main proprietor of the casinos out there and stuff like that. And he had a casino that looks like a giant roulette spinner. Basically, it's a stratosphere that had lasers that shot down nuclear bombs as they came, and stuff like that. And so there's just a lot of different shit. The NCR, which is what they're talking about in the show, where it's like, oh, like you bombed out Shady Sands. That's that group, the New California Republic, which is basically like old world democracy. Like you have senators and you have shit like that, and stuff. So there's going to be a lot of shit. Yeah, Sexy King Phil says, bro, the ending of season 1 pumped me up like crazy. Apathy says Fallout Vegas is the best Fallout. I agree. Delane says, I want to see other vaults, and it looks like they ended at New Vegas. That's my favorite one that I play. Yeah, and then...
That's what I was going to ask you. Like, how many vaults do you know exist?
I can't tell you an exact number, but at least over 50. Like,
okay,
yeah.
That's good to know, because
they don't go in like order of like
really
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. When they come out in the game series, like there'll be 111, 112 over here, and then Vault 72, and then it's all different. It's not like one starts in California.
They're not all set up with like the try thing, like the 31.
No, that's the first one I've seen like that, where multiple vaults are connected.
I didn't know if it was like that for all of them, like the leaders are cryostasis and 31, and then they have the other 2. Yeah. I thought maybe that's how they strung them together, but
yeah. And so here's the thing too, is like I said, spoilers. Apparently most people watched it, and if you haven't watched it, you can still watch it. But the show's really cool right now because there's always been a lot of contemplation, right, in the game series. Who launched the first nukes? And it's always like assumed that it was China. So what's happening is at this point in their timeline, like I said, like 2277, in the future, it's called the resource wars, right? People are running out of oil. People are running out of fucking like stone, everything and shit like that, And So what happens is, you know, you go to war for this stuff. What happened? The UK invaded Saudi Arabia, the Middle East. The English did, you know, and stuff like that. And then we go to war with China. China tries to they invade Alaska. So in the game series, like, you know, the U.S. annexes Canada, takes it over, and then fights Chinese communists out of Alaska. But well, I'm rambling here a little bit. But the long story short, best part about the show is that what it's doing is it's showing you who could have possibly launched the nukes. There's that scene in the show, right, where they had all the executives, Walter Goggins' wife, the main character guy, the ghoul guy, his wife's working there, right? And they had the different groups. They had Mr. House there. They had the big mountain guy, which is Frederick Sinclair. He owned a casino as well in one of the games and stuff like that. And they started selling the idea of like, hey, like, you know, like nuclear war, if it doesn't happen, our business model is obsolete. How about we shoot the nukes? And then guess what? There's no business competition because we're the only business in town, you know? And so a lot of people have contemplated and thought that, like, you know, I follow some, like, I'm not huge in the community. Like, I don't go to meetups and paint my face or anything, but I'm big on, like, the online boards and forums and shit. And a lot of people have always thought, like, oh, maybe it was Vault-Tec that did it, because in a couple of games, you find undetonated nukes, right, that landed and were duds with the Vault-Tec logo on them, but they never explained anything. So it's pretty cool to show, like, you know, it's like, and I get it, this is like the theme for most capitalist things, like, you know, corporate America's fucking over everybody, and it's like, oh, well, guess what, they're doing it again, and things like that, you know, because it's kind of hard to make money when, like, your whole thing's on the world ending and they're talking about signing peace treaties and shit like that in the game. So it's really cool to see, like, you know, what they're going to go with it and do with it, because it's like, it's stuff that you might have thought you knew of, but it was always unspoken, and so now you can actually consider it like canon lore, like this is actually what's going on. So for Fallout fans,
if you're new to the if you're new to the games, can you jump into any one of them and start playing, or is
yes,
it
because so what happens is some of the games do reference each other, but they don't ever. It's not like it's not a continuous timeline of story. So it's like if you play the first one, it does play into the second one a little bit, but it's like years after, right? So it's not like, oh, like your dad was in the first one, and like you're playing number 2, and the first one was your dad, so he went over there and shit on this raider, so now this raider's gonna shit on you. It's nothing like that. Like, it doesn't continuity. It's all its own story in the same universe, usually in order. So like the newest, like, so what happens is the first game 1 and 2 are obviously the first ones. Then they had some little offshoot games, which was like Brotherhood of Steel, and like that was trying to be like one of the first person games they had back then, kind of sort of first person and stuff like that. Not a lot of people liked it. Not a lot of people considered it canon. Like, they had like these machines with like spoons and shit, you know, fucking people up. It's weird. Like, it's a bunch of different shit. But the show is going to be like the furthest in the timeline of the game series. Like, it's the last thing that's happening in the series. So like, you don't have to worry about playing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, you know, all this to catch up to it. You can jump in at any point. Although I would suggest, to get a good feel of it, unless you're an old school PC guy, 1 and 2, like, you're not going to want to do it. Like, you know, we're all modern day people, you know, and don't get me wrong. Like, the stories are amazing. I tried playing through them, and I can't, because it's like, you know, I'm used to using the controller. I'm used to walking, no turn base, you know, and stuff like that. That's what the old ones are like. The new ones, you go in the game, it's like, damn, your life's fucked. Pfft, get in the wasteland, walk around, loot some stuff, you know, kill some rats, you know, and shit. So, but I would suggest starting at either 3 or New Vegas. That would be the best place to start. If you want to get into it kind of casually, you can play Fallout 76. It's the first online game that they have where you play with other people. It's an MMO. You pour it in, you know, into the world. And this Vault was right after the nuclear war, right? So this is the earliest game, basically. This one is technically before 1 and 2, but it's not canon, but it is. It's out there. But it's a good feel to like get into the game casually. I think if you have Xbox Game Pass, it's free. And you can probably get it on Steam and shit for like really cheap. You just log in, you fuck around, you know, and you talk to NPCs, you learn some of the stuff, but it's not really canon. If you want the full-on experience, Fallout 3 is where I'd suggest. The Nuclear Wastelands, Washington, D.C., you got to go find your dad. Some cool shit. Fallout New Vegas is my absolute favorite one. It's the best fucking, I mean, I still play it to this day. This shit came out, 3 months before I went overseas in 2010. Like, I'm still playing it, like, you know, to this day. Like, you know.
Are you saying that the show we're on right now is named after this video game?
Yes.
Fuck. Okay.
Yeah. What's up, Ashton? Ashton Palmer is in the house.
Wow.
He thinks I eat
Ashton,
a lot
how
of
you
cereal.
doing, man?
Yeah. He thinks I eat a lot of cereal. Just
now, Ashton, we don't call him DJ Mattress here. He's Fence Nuts.
see what happens. What happened?
If you don't know that story, hit us up after the show.
Yeah. These guys, not me. So yeah, what's up, Neil Pitts? But yeah, so if you're gonna get into the game, you don't have to play the game to watch the show. You don't have to watch the show to play the game. You want to just kind of get your feet into the water for what it is. Fallout show did an amazing job. Vault dwellers are usually kind of like, if you watch the show, she's a little like oakley dokley, you know what I mean? Because like they grew up in a vault, you know, everything's sheltered. Oh, would you like an extra piece of cake, Billy?
Think blast from the past kind of, situation. They don't know any better.
Yeah, they don't. They're just nice because everyone's their family in the vault, you know, and they go out to the real world, and guess what? It's a real fucking world, you know. There's fucking animals trying to eat you alive. There's a bunch of shit. But as far as like they got the aesthetic right. They got the shit, the feel right, the locations, like the whole desolate, and then like there's some humor in it, but it's not a comedy. You know what I mean? Like it's like, oh, this sucks.
Yeah, there are things I laughed at for sure. And are dogs as an important part as it seemed to be like in the show?
Yeah. So and most of the game, what's it? I think it's 2. I don't know about 1, 2, 3, 4, and like 76. You can't get dogs. New Vegas, you can get a dog. So dogs is like that. Dog meat is like a big protagonist in the game. It's not the same dog, but it's the same dog. You know what I mean? They keep the same name, and so basically he's your companion. You know, he follows you around, he helps you out, he sniffs out stuff, he fights stuff for you. In the games, if you play it on super easy mode, he never dies, he just passes out. You can lose them, but in the game you can get this perk, and that's what they did cool in the show. It's like, remember the scene where she applied to get married, right, in front of the council, and they're like, oh yeah, it's been approved, and they heard a little ping, like, you know, from her Pip-Boy thing. That's the same thing in the game. Like, you've completed a challenge, so they did really good job of like, so like when you
did
hear
something a little extra for the people that really
fans,
knew,
and stuff like that.
And it proves that they can make a video game TV show that's actually decent, you know, and it's a good comparison to like Halo that, you know, didn't get this kind of right. It just didn't get there. But this guy figured out a way to do it and do it well. And I mean, we've talked about it in the past about video game movies. There's good ones, there's bad ones. So I enjoyed this. I watched it all the way through. And like I said, with just a few, questions about things that I just didn't get. And I knew there was a reason because I didn't play the game. I thought the casting was pretty good.
Dude, they killed it with the casting. The main chick, I can't remember her name off the top of my head right now, but she does a great vault dweller. Just, I'm here to help, the golden rule, and stuff like that. That's what
the vulgar humor is funny as well. Like the whole thing about the penis swelling up and exploding. Like, it's like, what?
Yeah, Lucy. Yeah, he's like, I was funny because I've been rewatching it again to like brush up on if you had any questions of stuff, just make sure I didn't miss anything. And that's the last scene I saw where they were in the vault, right? She's like, you want to have sex? And he's like, oh no, I mean normal guys, but it doesn't happen to me.
Goes,
your penis gets hard. Yeah, my cock. You want to put my cock in you? Like, it's just great because in the Brotherhood of Steel, it's like that. Like it's a fraternity. Like, I don't know if you noticed, but that one chick that got her foot cut up or whatever, that's a chick. Like, that's a girl.
Yeah, the heavy duty mustache.
Yeah, you know what I mean, and stuff like that. So they did. Mike D says, "When's the Dig Dug TV series coming out?" Get the fuck just a guy digging a hole. And shout out to Ashton. I forgot that he played it too. So yeah. So So it's a great show, man. Like, check it out. I'm excited for it. Like you said, like the Halo shit. Like I didn't watch it, but of course I read shit. And they did a really good job of fucking that up, because Halo was like, dude, that was one of the biggest. Like, don't get me wrong, Fallout's a big game, but Halo was like it's your game. Like, anyone around my time, my age, give or take 5 years, like, you all played Halo. You all came home. Everybody got the sword. Everyone got the shotgun. You know what I mean? Everyone had the needler. And they fucked it up. And I'm glad.
I'd like to see this guy. I mean, somebody like him do an Assassin's Creed show. Like, I mean, I want to see it like this. It was just really well done. It really is.
And it was great too,
because the cars. I just salivated over cars like the whole time, because I mean, they kept flashing back to the 50s, and the cars they were using is just gorgeous. It was just like, wow, this is incredible.
Yeah. So
I don't see that stuff anymore.
It's a lot of Americana. It's a lot of good shit. But the great part is, like I said, this is the guy that he did Westworld as well. And if you've watched Westworld,
love Westworld. Like, oh my god!
So it's the same director of Westworld. And then when you watch Westworld, you know how they had the part where they had the guys in like whatever the thing's called, the Leonardo Circle or whatever, and they're making them or whatever. That's exactly what it looked like. It looks like in Fallout 4 in a faction called the Institute, which is supposed to be like the Institute of Technology or whatever, right? And what they did is they created a bunker underground, all scientists, all smart. They started creating synthetic humans, to replace people out in the wasteland and shit like that, to live their lives. And every time I watch those scenes, I'm like, this looks just like Fallout. This looks just like Fallout, and the Western theme stuff. Like, so it was like, it's rare. You see this kind of like perfect casting, perfect fucking directing, perfect setup. Second season, they're probably going to fuck something up. It's just how it goes, There's a lot of hype.
Yeah. Right. No, you're right. But you know what? It won't be that it's bad. It'll just be like our anticipation for what it's going to be it's always going to fall short of that.
Yeah. And I'll be honest with you, I didn't have a lot of hope into this, like, coming
right. So
it.
that made it that much better because it was so good and you had no hope for it.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think the opposite's going to be true for season 2.
Yeah. And like, here's the thing. We'll see, like, whatever, as long as it keep, like, they'll keep the game fans happy, as long as they keep, like, stuff, the same stuff in it, like a lot of the stuff you see in it. The fucking robot that tried to cut her chest open, and harvest her organs and shit like that. Yeah. I can't remember his name, but that guy's like the best. I love that fucking actor. I always forget his name, but he's so fucking funny. He's in the IT crowd, and he's a couple of other things or whatever. The one that does the British voice, like the Mr. Handy robots is what they're called. They got those great, like, the Super Duper Mart, which is a grocery store where those two guys were there and stuff. They got that shit perfect. Like, they did a really good job on this, and so we'll see how when they start wanting to cut quarters on the budget but still make stuff. So we'll see how it goes. But the best part is, a lot of people give him shit if you're from the game. The Todd Howard guy, he's a producer or whatever in the game series, but he had a hand in everything. Like, he's there, like, you should do this. You can't do this because we don't want to do this because we might use it for a game. Because they were talking about it, and they were talking about how when they were producing the game New Vegas, they didn't want to say San Francisco was nuked because they want to use it in the future. So it gives us fans of the games a little bit of insight of where they might be going next. I'm sick of these West Coast or East Coast Fallouts. Bring it back to the West Coast. I want it back. Those are the best ones. I'm tired of playing a game where I can smell South Carolina. Like,
they're going back to Cali. Cali.
Oh, Vegas. That's where they ended, right? Vegas.
That's not a song though. I'm just going out.
I don't know the going back to Vegas song either.
Yeah.
All right. Well, we've spent more than enough time on this, I think, so we can move on from it. But the next segment we have set up is yours with the AI song. So I'm interested in what this is all about.
Tune in, Patrick. It is AI. Is there music with it?
Yeah. So you guys are gonna have to listen on your end. So I was talking about this with Anthony. This is how it goes. I'll say I want to figure something out. So in 6 months, I'll have this figured out for our chats. But long story short, things are happening. I've been talking to Patrick. He's been making some songs with AI and stuff like that. And so, there's these AI chat bots, there's these AI programs. So there's this program that they have where you can put in, like, whatever it is, whether it's text messages. What I want to do is put in our YouTube chat replays into this, and it turns it into a song. So you tell it, like, what style song you want. You want country, you want techno, you want EDM, you want poppy, you want rocky. Adrian.
Poppy rocky.
Yeah. So stuff like that. So Patrick has made a couple, and they're really good. So I've been getting into this. So basically, I follow a couple of these Instagram pages, and these are the programs that do it. So people would submit, like, a text chain that they have got. So you can tell some of them are obviously fake. Some of them it's hard to tell. I would just assume most of them are fake just cuz. You know what I mean? But they're still fucking funny. So I've got one for you guys tonight, which is about, something beautiful that happens, and it's the process of life. So Anthony and Sue Rugg, make sure you guys listen in to this. Excuse me.
No DJ mixes, right?
Yeah, no DJ mixes, but I'm going to throw up the song for you guys, and you can also read along with it. So I did change the delay to like 10 seconds, I think, so it should be a little bit better. But here we go.
You filed for divorce right after I gave birth to our son. Carol, that is not my son. Is your son, not my son. He looks just like you, looks just like me, f***ing serious. So what if his complexion is a little darker than the rest of our families? He deserves your love no matter the color of his skin. This has nothing to do with our son's skin color and everything to do with our skin color. outrageous. I never cheated on you, babe. Yeah, okay. Maybe I'm somewhat of light skin. If you stop taking all that coffee, you cannot be serious.
But yeah, so that was one that caught my eye this week. And no matter what you type into it, it puts a melody. You're muted, Anthony. It puts a melody and it puts it all together. But yeah, and so like Mike D said, it's a happy take on some fucked up dialogue. That's the best part about it. A lot of people don't realize this. 99% of the pop songs that people are like, oh, dance it to, like, what is that one? Shimmy Charm Kind of Life's about like doing methamphetamines and shit, smoking crack,
Yeah.
you know, and shit like that. Andre 3000's Hey Ya with Outkast or whatever. That's about your, like, you know, your family breaking up, not being able to stay together, be happy. Like, you know, like a lot of the, like, Hotline Bling is actually a really sad song, you know. But yeah, so it's just funny because, like you said, you can make anything sound good as long as you do the right tempo. So I'm figuring it out. I'm going to try and do it sooner or later. It's not going to be next show. I'm hoping 2 shows from now. I'm going to take one of our chats and I'm going to put it into that. And I want to do it country style because country ones are so fucking good, man. Like the
I
country
just wanted to
ones.
see how that story ended. I was getting into it.
Yeah, I think it was
sure.
on Maury. So I think that's where it ended.
Even better.
But yeah, it's just crazy the shit you could do with technology nowadays, you know, because like this is, I'm not like, you know, super nerd and shit. Like am I tech savvy? Sure. But like I couldn't tell you coding. I couldn't tell you all this shit. But this is the kind of shit when I was younger, I was like, man, I wish I could make a song out of this, you know, and I wish I could just type it in and stuff. And now it just makes it easy for you, you know. And if you guys ever want like advice on it, I think Patrick would be the best person to ask if he's still there. He's not like, you know, smoking a blunt out of a fucking Birkenstock shoe that a guy owned. You know, this kind of thing that fucking Patrick would do, you know.
The guy owned the blunt or the shoe?
Yeah, both.
Both.
Both. borrowed treasures.
Yeah. But
It's a
so
secret
yeah.
compartment in the back of Birkenstocks to hold joints.
Boots and
Yeah.
cats. Nothing. Bye, Ashton.
Have a good night, Ashton. But yeah, so
Bye, man.
I'm gonna try and do that. Do a country song about breaking your bong. There you go. And actually, I think this is a great segment that I was talking about to Patrick, and I was like, he wants to like give us some stuff to use for the show. So actually, you know what? Maybe I'll just delegate this out, Patrick. If you're willing to, whatever they want in the chat, and you should do it. Kentucky Shine says, I'm out 3:30 a.m. Alarm coming up. Hope everyone has a great week until next week. Cheers,
Man.
Kentucky. Sleep well.
Bye, man.
Yeah. But yeah,
We're
so
gonna start doing this show at about 4:00 in the afternoon so we can keep our chat.
yeah. But here's the thing: is like when I figure out, like, you know what I'm be doing full time, we could change some times around here because I wouldn't mind going an hour sooner. You know, we had this time frame because what was it, that one show with Stan and then was on. I can't remember what it's called. Used to be.
Oh
on.
yeah. What was that? Oh, the vape stew.
Yeah, the vape stew used to be a thing, and then Stan was like, "Fuck you guys, I'm going to work on cars forever, never touch my wife or something." I don't know the guy. He's a nice guy. I'm just talking shit. But yeah. Yeah, Aaron says an hour earlier would be amazing. So let me talk. Well, let's figure this out because I want to do an hour earlier too, man. I got to be up at like 6 a.m. tomorrow and shit. You know, it's not going to be an all the time thing, but we'll figure it out. But
You're
yeah.
still young.
So we do have more for you. A couple other things. I'm thinking we'll jump into like what the verses.
Let's do John versus Nick or Nick versus John or however it's listed there.
All right.
To take his face
What matters?
off.
And I just realized your face off wasn't center. That bugs me. No. V8 says, oh, wow, I need sleep. Man, you're not cool pushing yourself to the limits of stuff. You know how fucking lame that sounds? Like, that's like when you go to a job, right? Oh, you're clocking out at 5? Yeah, that's because that's when I stopped getting paid. Oh, in my generation, we'd work till 8 p.m. unpaid. And look, I'm making more than you. You stupid fuck. I hate Here's the thing.
Yeah, where did that get us?
Yeah, stop this hustle culture shit. Like, stop thinking like, that's so cool. I'm beating myself into the ground. Yeah, I'm awake. Ugh, I look like I'm 60. I'm 13. Like, fuck that shit. Stop. Fuck that culture, dude. Stop
You
doing
think
that
this
shit.
came naturally? You think this came naturally? No, this is from not fucking trying. Okay, that's how you got to do it. Just don't try. All right, it's easier. God, it's so much easier.
Yeah.
Oh,
So-
all right.
We talked
So
about
this
this
next
last
segment we're going to do is Nick versus John. So I talked a little bit about this at the end of the show last week with the guys, but basically what I decided to do for tonight, I'm gonna show you here in just a minute. But these are Nicolas Cage and John Travolta movies. All right. However, I may have fiddled around with some of the faces and the names and things on here. I will tell you that all these movies are absolutely real. All you have to tell me is which ones are Nicolas Cage movies and which ones are John Travolta movies. We'll
Should be
just see
easy.
how it all works out.
week.
So I'm going to switch my camera so I can do this full screen for you guys.
Saturday Night Fever should be easy.
It should
I was
be.
like, that's not even the right guy, but it was.
It's the right guy. All right, here. So we've got 6 to choose from this evening. So you just have to tell me which one of these are Nicolas Cage and which one of these are John Travolta. We'll give a few seconds for the chat, and as we normally do with the panel, we'll let them tell us how many or which one. No, we can't do how many, so we have to wait.
Yeah.
So you just look them over, see which ones that you think are which, and we're gonna figure this out. So if you guys have explanations, then maybe that'll take a little longer, and chat will catch up by then.
I can't believe what you've done here. Okay.
Took
Okay.
a little time.
Yeah.
I know one of them has to be like, I mean, like you said, they're all real, right? But there might be movies.
They're all real movies. They're
Okay.
all either a Nicolas Cage movie or a
Well,
John
there goes
Travolta
my
movie.
plan. Because I was like, I know that Cash Out one. I've seen that logo.
None of them are fake. They're all real movies.
What if I've seen 2 of these?
That's good. Bad, but good also.
Yeah, I've seen 2 of these.
I did watch the Unbearable what is it? The Unbearable Weight of Massive Talent.
How was
Is
it?
Yeah.
well, it went from to rent to the Roku channel pretty quickly. So but honestly, it was great. It's just exactly what you want. And the only thing I'll say, and this isn't really a spoiler, but at the very beginning of the movie, there's a girl, she's watching Face Off, and she gets kidnapped.
Oh my
And at the
god.
end of the movie, she's getting like set free by Nicolas Cage, and she's just losing it. She just like doesn't think it's real, or she's like, is that fucking Nicolas Cage?
This isn't fair.
The guy that plays the Mandalorian, he's in it, and he plays a great role in it as well. It's just, I think it's so much fun to watch because it's just so. I'm glad he has a sense of humor to be able to do something like
Yeah.
this because
He
not
laughs at
everybody
himself
can
when he
pull
gets money.
it. Yeah, no, it's great. It really is.
Yeah. So Ern says it's going in order: Travolta, Cage, Travolta, and then the last bottom 3 are all Nick Cage. Ern says he thinks he's seen all these. Delane says Deadfall and Cash Out are Travolta. Everything else is Cage. Cash Out is Travolta, says V8. Deadfall and Cash Out and Butchers are Travolta, says Delane. Sexy King Phil says Dream Scenario was a good movie. Mike D says funny when he's going to when he is going to resort to doing parties. Yeah, well,
he'll be on here before that happens, I hope.
yeah, I think we can replace a friend of the show, Dean Kane.
No, we can't.
No,
but,
we can't.
Some of these, I think you even fake the names. Indianapolis, Butchers Crossing. Like, I don't know what's going on here. That's not
I lived
fair.
in Indianapolis for several years. That is the correct spelling.
Nick
Indianapolis.
Neil says 2, 4, and 6 are Nick Cage movies. Delane says Nick Cage lives here in Vegas. Oh, that feels bad because last celebrity I met named Coolio that lived out here died.
Don't you say it.
But here's the thing. So you guys know I smoked a joint with Coolio. Do I got to do peyote with Nick Cage? Like,
That would be necessary. Yeah.
But how cool would it be to sit around and smoke a joint with Nick Cage?
yeah.
Like that would be. You'd have stories to last you the rest of your life.
Well,
'cause
I
he
have
would
a
just keep
theory
talking.
on Nick Cage, and I don't want to be right, but I think like he could be this guy that's like really quirky and weird in all these movies, but in real life he's just like, yeah, whatever. Yeah, sounds good. You got oat
Yeah,
milk?
don't think so.
If you
But,
smoked a joint with Nick Cage, I think there would be a lull and like he would just be quiet and then he would do the, hands. He'd be like, let's go.
Yeah,
like,
to go get snacks at the grocery store. Let's go.
Yeah.
Fallout, Anthony.
Yeah.
Fallout.
Yeah.
Okay. My opinion, top 3, I don't even know about spelling. I'm not going to try again, but Polis, Butchers and Deadfall, bogus. Those have been swapped. Bottom three, fucking legit. That's my answer.
I don't even know what that means.
The top three movies are miscellaneous. They're mixed. They're coagulated. They're congealed.
Just tell me which ones are Nick Cage and which ones are John Travolta. That's all I need to know.
Okay. Top two. One is Travolta. Polis is Travolta.
Okay.
Fucking three. Ah, that hurts. Okay. I'll come back to three. Four is Cage. Five is Travolta. Six is Cage. Back to three. That's
Are you just saying what the picture is on the screen?
Travolta. What?
Yeah, he's just reading what's on the screen.
No, I'm saying the right answers in my opinion. Number
No,
one,
okay.
Travolta. Number two, Travolta. Number three, Travolta. Number four, Cage. Number five, Travolta. Number six, Cage. Final answer. What say you?
Ben, I don't know that I could pick a favorite. I just don't think it's fair. It's like picking between children. I just don't think it's right.
Easy. Con Air. Always.
Put Con Air over Face Off.
Yeah, put Con Air over Face
You're
Off.
putting Con Air over The Rock. You're putting Con Air over Pig.
It goes Con Air. I haven't seen Pig yet. It goes Con Air, The Rock, and then Face Off.
Wally's Wonderland, dude.
Yeah,
he doesn't say a word in that.
Yeah, I wish he didn't. I wish this was that movie and you were Nick Cage.
That I wasn't saying anything.
Yeah.
Come on, what's your answer, Vandal?
So I'm gonna say number one is gonna be what's his John Travolta. Number two, I'm saying John Travolta. I can't see Nick Cage doing the military guy thing. You know what I mean?
No.
Number three, I'm going to say Nick Cage. Number four, I'm going to say Nick Cage. Number five, John Travolta. And number six, Nick Cage.
We basically said the same thing.
No, you no.
Yeah, we did.
No, I no one knows what's going on, which is okay.
No.
We said the same thing except number three.
Yeah.
Where's my pig? Yes, absolutely, Aaron.
Nick agrees with. Neil agrees with me. Nick's best is Con Air. Like there's nothing more epic than Nick Cage, and he's bald, but he has a mullet, and he's like sitting there breathing in the air of a crashed airplane outside of Vegas. Like
Raising Arizona, man.
Yeah.
Put the opinion back in the box.
V8, Ving Rhames, John Malkovich, and Nick Cage. Yep. See, like John Malkovich, I think that's what really sells it. But
where is my plane? Yeah, no, it's not it.
Oh, Steve Buscemi sells it, but that's no. If you haven't seen Pig, then I can't. You can't have a full argument about that. So I'm just saying.
I guess that's fair.
Pig is his best work ever.
Take
Hard to say.
whatever you got in the ribs.
All right, you got everybody. You ready for the reveal? Everybody want to know what's going on here?
Yes.
I don't know if a soul got this right, so we're gonna find out.
God damn it! No.
I only got the cash out one right.
I got the bottom three right. The top hurts. The top hurts. I got the bottom three.
That Deadfall movie, that Nicolas Cage face was so bad. I was like, oh, everybody is gonna dive on that and say, oh yeah, that's photoshopped. It probably is, but not by me.
Well, the Butchers Crossing thing, that really fucked me up because it's like you left Nick Cage as the name, but then
did I? I would never have done that on purpose to throw somebody off.
Oh, the twists and turns, misdirection, fucking everywhere.
Yeah. Ronnie says, "What? No love for Moonstruck?" And another Nick Cage classic that I just remembered, Snake Eyes. Was it
sure. Gone in 60.
Yeah, Gone in 60 Seconds. Angelina Jolie.
The list goes on and on. Honeymoon in Vegas and on and on. And
I do like that you pointed out his
Leaving Las
eyes.
Vegas.
Yeah. I do like how you pointed out the edit in the first one, how it's like heavily saturated. That's what every photo I took when I first started doing photography and I learned about the eye tool in Lightroom looked like. It's like, oh, I took a picture of this girl in a dark room. Your eyes are fucking 4,000 exposure. Yeah, Lord of War was awesome, says Delane. Yeah. I named the movies I have seen that I knew.
Ethan Hawke, too.
Yeah. Yeah. And see, that's why I imagine Nick Cage more of the Lord of War. I'm going to have to watch Indianapolis. I mean, I'm not gonna, but I just don't see him doing the military thing great. Sexy King Phil's getting tired. He's going to go to bed. Have a good night, Sexy King Phil. Nighty night. Keep your butthole tight, bro.
Man, we're putting everybody to sleep tonight.
Yeah. Well, it's a comfort show. You know what I mean? This is what I consider it. Snorkel's not here. We're actually talking about stuff. Like, we're going to make the show in time. I don't know what we're going to do.
Well, I do have another segment coming up, so
Yeah, you're trying to go to bed.
Apathy says, how can you forget leaving Las Vegas? Yeah, that one was good too. He did a lot of Vegas stuff. Like, I get it. Like, the 90s were big with Vegas, you know, and Hollywood kind of production stuff, but he did a lot of Vegas stuff, which is cool because, like,
well, and Con Air kind of Vegas.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, get a good portion of the movie that's in Vegas.
Yeah, and I love anything Vegas related. Fought New Vegas, you know, I got a tattooed on my arm, you know. Shit like that, but yeah.
I actually got to tell your tight story the other day at work. So
Oh,
I
fun.
was talking to some guy about tattoos, and I was like, let me tell you about this guy I know. Let's put it this way. You ain't tight, but he is. So he was telling about his friend who's got an exit only tattoo with an arrow that points down to his ass. He's like, just in case I ever go to prison. I'm like,
that's more of a target, I think. At least mine I could hide, you know what I mean? I just gotta push my man boobs together really hard.
I like a challenge. What does this say? Yeah, it's a bad idea.
No, I haven't told the Brad story yet, Delane. I will one day when I need one.
Oh,
remind me
we
next
know
week.
Brad's story.
Oh yeah,
We all know the Brad story.
Yeah, see, never mind.
Yeah. That's actually the other story I told the guy at work. I just didn't want to let Vandal know I told that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love you, man. Let's go next door. There's a tattoo shop. Your name
Guy
is
drive
right
by
here.
on the scooter, you fucking fruit cup. Like, yeah.
So as we talk about the randomness of this show, I just pulled a bunch of random pics of stuff that I just want to talk about and stuff that I think is funny. So that's what we're going to do next.
I'm excited. I'm finally excited about a segment. This is going to be good.
We've had like 3.
We've already done 3? Oh.
Yeah, it's like a Sudini, man. We're just walking through these.
Wait, wasn't he supposed to do a Sudini this week and we totally forgot
No,
about
don't
it?
say that because my envelopes are not filled out. Let's not go
They're not
there.
secured in the sewer line at Big Bud's Barbecue, so I know it's not right.
Yeah.
All right, bumpers down, I assume.
Yes, sir.
All right, we'll just start out with the first one here and see how this goes. So I'm flashing through apps like I do, and I come across this Nebulous 3 poster, and I think, and then not too much farther along, there's a Nebulous or a Nemesis 2 poster that actually looks better. And I'm like, well, when did these actually come out? And then I found one for the Nemesis 1. Just looking at these posters for a sci-fi movie, tell me when you would guess these could come out.
1997.
Oh,
Okay.
yeah. I was thinking 90s. These are 90s ones.
Have a good
93
night,
for the
Apathy.
first one.
Bye, Apathy.
I've never seen
93
any
for
of
the first
these.
one.
I never
No.
have either. I couldn't believe there was 3 of them available there. So
When it becomes
I
Nemesis-
thought that the artwork in Nemesis 3 was the worst of the bunch. And I'm like,
Yeah.
how does it progressively get worse as time goes on? But you guys are like right on the money. The funny thing is, like, Nemesis, I didn't look for the 1, but Nemesis 2 came out in like 95 and Nemesis 3 was 96. So they weren't spending a lot of time making these films if they're like throwing them out back to back. Plus, I've never of any of these. I just thought the artwork was just stupid and funny, and so
It just reminds me of like Metroid. Like that's what it reminds me of. Is Metroid. Like, and like you're right.
That would've been a
The
better
one, the
name.
first one, like okay. Second one, I don't know what the fuck I'm looking at. The third one, I think it's like Atari run on a track in Atari in the Tron universe.
Well, the
But,
first
like,
one
I
has
think-
almost like a Blade Runner-esque kind of feel to it, and then
Yeah.
the third one just seems like place average robot character here. You know, it's
Yeah.
like, yeah.
If I had to decide, 2 would be the one to watch, 100%. 1 looks like a Matrix knockoff. So yeah, 2 would be the one to watch.
You'd watch 2 first, and then you'd watch 1 to catch up, realizing like you didn't have to, and then
Yeah.
3 would come out, and you'd watch it 10 years later.
Well, and it probably would have no correlation to any of the other ones. They'd change stuff like without telling anybody.
Yeah.
Throw some midichlorians in there just for
If
fun.
you didn't know, it has to be shot for shot, or else it's not a remake. But yeah.
There that is for this episode. Thank you very much. All right. So you guys know I'll go back and watch things that we did, and I went back and watched last week's episode. The second half of it anyway. But one of the things that we did last week is I put up these extravagant names for simple jobs. And then I caught this in the chat, and this is not manipulated. These were back-to-back answers. And I thought, what the fuck did I put up there that would get these two answers back to back?
I don't know.
I
Very
don't either.
specific job. A very specific job.
Aaron
Walter
wrote
White?
us. I don't know if he's copying it or he wrote this, but I'm guessing copying. Alex, a burned out LA cyborg cop, is forced by Commissioner Farnsworth to find his former cyborg partner and lover, Jared, who's about to deliver sensitive data to cyborg terrorists who wish to wage war against the humans. Is he being played?
I could have done that.
You could have.
Cyborg partner and the lover.
Yeah,
Jared.
Is that the synopsis from the movie? Like,
No, that's the synopsis for the meth cook. Wait, are we saying that right?
Snapsis? V8. I thought Jared was in prison. Oh, I guess you guys have seen this. I
Yeah.
have no. Yeah. Jared with 2 R's. What a douche.
How many
Swallowed one
R's
too
do
many
you need,
Subway
J-Rad?
sandwiches.
Yeah.
Just put them down.
And kids.
Yeah, that's a very specific job title that would require both of those answers.
Ern says, yeah, that's the Nemesis synopsis.
Wow, say that 5 times fast.
That's the Nemesis
Yeah.
synopsis. Nemesis synopsis. Nemesis.
Whoa.
So Nemesis?
Yeah, if I say it one more time, Snorkel's going to appear and interrupt everybody. I better stop.
We can't do that. We can't have that.
I almost pulled this slide out earlier because of the discussion you guys were having, but I saw this week. I was stopped by to get some ice at the gas station, and this was hanging on the beer cooler. Now, this is for a job at a gas station, like a gas station cashier or stocker.
With profit sharing?
Oh, you keep reading.
Yeah, so third shift, full or part-time. Was that say 40% profit sharing bonus?
Yeah, so they actually, from what I understand, they actually get like a really good profit sharing when you work there, but because you're working third shift, you get an extra 40% on top. And they said, the guy I talked to said like last year, their profit sharing check at the end of the year was like $4,000.
So what? This is owner
Top of their
operated
salary.
then, so it's kind of like a Winco or something, right?
No, this is like an actual chain here.
Oh,
It's called
really?
Quick Trip. Yeah.
QT?
But the other thing you guys probably don't know, this isn't like Vegas. Like the streets roll up here at 10:30 in the evening. Like there ain't a fucking soul on the roads
Yeah.
after that.
I'm not gonna lie to you,
this is
dude.
the job. You're
$19
just
an hour is,
babysitting there.
dude. Profit sharing, a 401k, healthcare, and all that for $19 an hour is better than 98% of the jobs that I've seen out here.
That's what I'm saying.
That's
And they're
better
so
than the
Because
hard
the
up,
cost
it's
of
not
living
like
out
it's
there
on-
has to be a lot significantly cheaper than out here. Like for $19 an hour out there, I think I could like. Well, here's the thing, like. It's got to be
Yeah, it
cheaper
is.
than Vegas.
It is, yeah.
They can't. I'm not saying like it's like dirt cheap, but you could probably rent like a 2-bedroom apartment on 2 people making that kind of money out there.
Oh yeah, no problem.
You couldn't do
Yeah.
that out here. Like I was making almost like closer to $30 an hour, and I couldn't afford an apartment out here by myself.
Wow, that's crazy.
Yeah,
Jeez.
But this is how difficult it is for them to find like decent employees out here, and places that are looking for people. I mean, why would you go and do some hard job when you could do this for 19 bucks? Well, I can't even fathom a $19 an hour cashier position at a gas station.
well,
Like,
and
it
here's the
blows
thing:
my
that's
mind even
starting
there.
pay. Like that's
Right? No, I'm with you.
and that means like you could like be head cashier, beer stocker, and make like $28 an hour at a gas station. Like, and here's the
love that
thing,
the
Anthony: you
tabs
said
were
you had
torn.
spare bedrooms. Clean one out because I'm on my fucking way. Like,
You're
Come on.
gonna stock shelves. Look at. I love that the tabs are torn because it's like a text situation. So if you're committing to it, just text it right there. But the tabs
Yeah,
torn.
I heard some girl say, I don't even remember what I was watching, but I heard some girl in a movie this week say a flyer is just an environmentally unfriendly tweet.
Yeah.
It's like, wow, that's
Yeah.
actually pretty poignant. Like, I think that's right. Flyers are like something that no one really does anymore. But yeah, I just thought this was an interesting thing. Like, it's amazing. Like, yeah. Hey, I've already told him there's rooms here. I got 3 bathrooms.
well, let's see how this goes
I
out
don't
here.
need all this space.
Let me collect some unemployment first, and then come.
Come on down, Ern. We got room. Come on down.
Just have Delane, forward it to
No,
you
fuck
here.
Ern. We're
It's
talking
fine.
about me. Ern can sleep in the garage.
Oh, yeah. Dude, there's like 5 bedrooms in this place.
Yeah,
3 bathrooms.
dude,
There's
we never
3
have to see.
bathrooms,
We
there's
never
like
have
4
to
or
shit in
5
the same room.
bedrooms.
I'll mail some poopery. Face Meat says a heathen eating a bag of Michael Keaton. A heathen from eating on a bag of Michael Keaton. A heathen from eating on a bag of Michael Keaton. A heathen from eating on a bag of Michael
Are
Keaton.
you
Wow.
really trying to do this right now?
I could do that. Yeah, I could do that one.
He's on a bag of Charlie Sheen. That's what's happening.
Yeah, I know. Face Me, I'm jealous. You make me miss the times when I was fun and had a personality. Now I'm just angry and old.
Yeah, I used
Cocaine!
to drink.
What's cocaine like in
So
Wisconsin?
if you guys are looking for jobs, they are all here in Eau Claire and they pay pretty well. So
Yeah. Actually,
just
let's do it, Ern. Come on, bro. Fuck that shop that you work at. I know what you guys order. I did all your drop ships. Fuck that juice.
Come on. Let's get some cheese curds. Let's go down. Let's get some
if
cheese
you
curds.
saw what the Indeed job postings out here look like, you would come. Like it's just.
Oh,
I
I'm
was an
already
auto
coming.
mechanic or an auto repair service manager for several years. One came across my email this week for a local place looking for a service manager. Starting pay $120,000 a year.
Oh my god. I can
Yeah.
work on cars again.
It's not working on cars. That's just customer. You're dealing with. You make the calls. You sell the jobs. You.
I'd
take
be
the
so
customers
cool in
You don't have to
Wisconsin
do
too,
any of
dude.
that,
They'd be like,
the
"Oh, that's
work.
the West Coast guy, a two-pack."
Deal with the public because I'm good at talking. Yeah, you'd be great.
I was just watching that right before we came on the air.
Me too, Ern.
I deal with the goddamn customers so the engineers don't have to.
Yeah.
People person. Yeah.
A jump to conclusions, Matt.
Yeah.
All right. Next random pick. Like I said, none of these have any correlation to the other ones.
Good.
I came across this last night. I screenshot or took a picture of my television because sometimes when you go online to find the same thing, you just don't get the same thing. So I'm like, I want to make sure that what they're seeing is what I'm seeing. So I want you to read what's here and then tell me what you think this show is about.
Oh, I know exactly what this is about. An exploration of male identity via the lives of real men who all share the similarity of having a twin conjoined in their neck at birth. It's the other fellow on his
That's
neck.
actually pretty close. Not at all.
That's what I was hoping.
But please chat. I would love to see what you think just from that part of the description, what most people would read, would you watch this show and what do you think that this show is about?
I'm gonna say this guy's
I
a cuck.
guarantee you you're wrong.
This
No,
guy's
don't
the
even-
reason why there's a chair in the corner of a Motel 6. It said bonded lives. Like, look at his face. He's not very happy.
Ate the twin
No,
from the
he's not.
inside.
Yeah.
The other fellow. Yeah, he ate the twin.
Face Meat says shared neck meat. Ben says he gave trying to touch in some penis. I don't know what that means. I tried.
I think he might be having a stroke.
Yeah, man. Not the stroke the show's
Channeling
about.
David Moyle. Ah.
Endless Black Ribbon says same sister. I don't even know who that is.
Hey, sister, same sister.
Charlie Palmer Rothwell. That's my favorite part.
What a name. Charlie Palmer Rothwell. It's
Just
either
put
you're
it all
rich
out
or
there.
you're on the news for murdering kids.
See, I think after that there should be like a third or a fourth.
Neil Pitt says shared mother. Delane says they share ED. Mike D says
Education?
textbook
That's funny.
cuck.
What do you think, Vandal?
Oh, I already said it. He's the reason for the Motel 6 chairs.
Oh, I thought you were kidding.
No.
I was gonna see.
I mean, he
Joint
just
one.
looks sad. You know what I mean? Like, he's like, I could do better, but I'm not gonna.
Well, and in my opinion, I watched the trailer for this, and I'm going to show you what the last few words of this are. But I thought this has got to be like the worst name that you could have possibly picked for what you're trying to, share in this particular thing. So this is it.
Oh, wow.
No. Bonded lives. How fucking clever.
And you know
Way
what?
to go.
I thought that would have been a better title.
Yeah.
Like, why didn't you use the word? Why didn't you use the title "Bonded Lives"? At least that would made sense.
I really don't care about a guy. Yeah, my name's James Bond. It sucks when I go to work. They're like, hey, agent.
You were off, Ben. Delete your comment. It was way off.
Ben says he's going to touch a penis. Gonna give it a go. Oh, wow. Wow, that's a really stupid movie. Now I know why it's on Roku.
Yeah, so I watched the trailer, and I mean, there's just thousands of these guys that are named James Bond. It's just because it's James is a common name, and so is Bond, I guess. And they were sharing like different things that had happened to him, but none of them seemed too happy about the situation. Because he's like, imagine hearing the same joke like every day of your life.
I wake
He's
up and
like,
look
it
in the
just drives
mirror
me
every
crazy.
day. I don't see what the difference is, but all right.
You laugh every time you look in the mirror, or is it kind of dulled down
Depends
over
on the
time?
mood.
Well, depends. It depends how long the mirror is.
But I mean, like, I guess I get, like, don't get me wrong. Like, I'm not one to judge someone else's strife, I guess, but like, it's not to me, it would be the worst thing. It'd be like, if you come into work, you pooped your pants one time on accident. Hey, what's up, shit stain? Or it's like, what's up, Agent 007? Can you stock the cheese? Like, I'd rather stock the cheese than be known for, like, making the cheese.
Or cutting the cheese.
True, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah, this may not happen to you guys, but you ever end up in like a hotel bathroom that their mirror is at a different angle than the one at home, and you get out of the shower and you're just like, God damn, I don't even want to see that shit.
Not
Like,
what I
is this
step
what she
out of.
has to look at? Like, God damn, I'm sorry, I'm so sorry.
No, I just flex in any mirror. I don't care.
I don't flex. My bathroom fan isn't working right now, so I leave the door open when I shower. When I get out, I see the hallway mirror first thing. Yeah, I draw back that curtain. Not a great surprise. Not a great surprise. Thinning hair, the whole nine. It's great. Not
All
great.
right, so the next picture I have obviously not have anything to do with this, but I did find I think the new place where I'm going to buy all my clothes from now on.
Oh, wow.
That does look casual. Is that Action Bronson?
I like how like all these guys are obviously like obese men, but on the left, it's like, yeah, that guy could probably do karate.
Yeah,
Dude, so
he
can the
looks like
bottom
he
right.
ate Steven Seagal.
Now, bottom right, you're thinking, I think more of like a kingpin kind of guy. Like you don't want him to get a hold of you, but you could definitely like walk fast. Get away from him. The one top right, it just looks like like Post Malone in 10 years. Where are they now?
Bottom right is Action Bronson. What I see here is some
Shogun says
comfortable-
Ben. Yeah, Shogun and them fucking donuts in his mouth.
I see some comfortable waistbands. That's what I'm seeing here.
Yeah.
The sizes on this site go up to 8X.
Oh wow.
I didn't even know that was a size. Like, the tents, is that the smallest size that they come in that goes up from there? Like, Jesus Christ.
If that
But
guy
I
was
like, as comfortable as these look, I still don't think I could wear these like as an everyday outfit. Like,
No.
I would want to, but who's walking around in this samurai outfit?
well, don't get me wrong. I've recently become a fan of like double XL size shirts. I have put on a little bit of weight, but I'm not like obese, right, or anything like that. But I do like the long, like the loose fitting shirts. So the shirts I can understand. But what I've never understood about fat people clothes is like, no offense to anyone out there, it's a bigger person. I'm just gonna say stuff really insensitive, but I don't mean to be. It's what's with the fucking pant legs always being like? And I get it, you don't want them to look like bell bottoms, but like, do they have to be trash can bag size all the way up?
I don't know why that is, because it's like you're not pulling those over your thighs or your ass.
Yeah. Neil says he
I
looks
really
like the
don't get
bad
it.
guy hurting James Bond.
Because if it was tapered, could you imagine that look? That's like the Humpty Dumpty look. Like it just goes from round to
McVando likes that skinny jean look, so it would be right down his alley. And these pants probably have no pockets, and he'd fucking love that shit.
Yeah, I was doing some construction work last week, and I ripped the fucking shit out of my crotch, dude. My fucking balls were hanging out because like they were Levi like jeans, like work jeans, but they're like fitted to like you're like they're not skinny, but they're tighter, and stuff.
Yeah.
And if I could do, my balls were hanging out. I was standing in line at like Costco, like trying to get a slice of pizza. And they saw my pepperoni. But it's just I can't get over this picture. The guy on the left definitely the guy on the left is Steven Seagal in any Russian propaganda video. Like I don't know if you guys have seen it. Like last few years, yeah. Ben, dude, when Steven Seagal deflects you into next week. Deflects you into next week. It's so funny because the videos of Steven Seagal now, it's like these guys that are super fucking fit, like like Jason Statham looking guys, and they run up Steven Seagal and he just like sneezes and they like fall over and he's like, yeah, I'm Steven Seagal, bitch. One of my eyes is dead.
He just twists the wrist and all of a sudden they flip.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
Yeah. Bottom right guy definitely is dating a black woman. Top right guy is he goes and gets mimosas, but by himself. And the left guy definitely tans his fucking gooch. Sun tans his asshole.
When he's not in the outfit. Sure,
Yeah.
sure.
And I think Surik picked up on it at the beginning, but that's actually my face. I put my face on that guy.
Yeah.
Very appropriate.
The one in the samurai looks like Legion.
Kinda, yeah.
Back when he was cool. Oh.
So yeah, just a little bit. You never know if you start seeing me in this garb. That means I went buck wild on their website. That's what happened. Okay, I saw this a few weeks ago. I didn't know where we could use it, but I really want to talk about this. So we're gonna see.
I've seen these.
Tingo.
What the fuck is this?
Yeah.
Tingo?
So create your own AI girlfriend.
There's
I know I've talked about it before, but this is just a rehash of that thing that was around.
Are camgores boring enough where you have to do an AI version? It's like I don't get it.
Well, here's the thing. There's like an actual subclass, not subclass. That sounds even worse. Like a subculture, I guess I would say, not subclass of humans out there that are like technophiles.
Autocorrect always knows.
Yeah, and like they'd rather talk to a robot because like here's the thing. This thing's gonna say whatever you want it to say. If there's like a group of guys out there that's exactly what they want, they don't ever actually want to touch a woman or go out there and do stuff. Like they're fucking weird. And this would be great. But all this is a rehash of that thing. And I've talked about it on here before. I know for sure is those little desktop strippers that they had. And I don't know if you guys remember, but like you could download them, but you had to pay for them. You get the free one, right? And it didn't show anything. That's the only one I ever had, right? Because I didn't have a fucking credit. My mom never had a credit card. You know what I mean? Like, and I don't even think her debit card was a Visa. I think it was like a fucking Diners Club. Anyways, so like back in like, it had to be like 2000 and like maybe like 2-ish time. If you had, we all had the free one that says earn. Yeah. So back then you could infect your family's computer with a little desktop stripper, right? And so what it would do is like you could set it up where it's like manual on certain times, or you could turn it on and off, right? It's like opening an app and stuff like that. Cave Inc. says, as a woman, I feel mixed about this. I'm sure there's a guy one called Dingo, but no, that would be actually perfect. Let's do that. And it's just my face over like really buff dudes. Our faces.
No offense, but I think I'm going to use Earn instead.
Yeah. But yeah, you could time it in these little thumbnail size strippers. I'm not even joking. Like the size of like maybe a quarter would pop up on your screen, and they'd be like, oh, and they like strip real quick and then vanish. And you'd be like, where'd she go? And stuff like that. But yeah, this is all that is. But here's my thing. It's like, I get it. Like, the wheel was invented. Then they turned it from stone to rubber, and shit. Like, things evolve. But I don't understand I get it. There's that whole like group of guys out there that think they're that. What's that guy? Ryan Gosling in Blade Runner, and
you're saying you wouldn't jump on version 1 Tingo. You're waiting for like Tingo 3 Nemesis.
If I can't Bluetooth sync it with the sex toy I have, then no.
If it doesn't go to your VR, then it's not
I want it to go from Tingo to Tingle.
Yeah, he's waiting for Tingo 76 to come out.
Yeah.
And then Ben says to steal your files. That's where she went. And then everything eventually gets used by the porn industry. The porn industry actually creates a lot of things that actual other industries take advantage of as well. So that's the best part about it. But yeah, I mean, like I couldn't see like the fun in this. You know what I mean? Like the enjoyment in it. I could talk to myself. You know what I mean? Like
and this is not directed at you, so don't think that. But I mean, do you think they're the same kind of people that play mobile games would also do similar things like this?
Oh, I wouldn't doubt it. So remember that whole piece of shit guy I told you guys about?
Oh, yeah.
That cheated on his wife or whatever and sent pictures of his wife and all that stuff. We finally zeroed him out in the game and got rid of him. Like,
Wow.
So I guarantee you, like, this is the next step for him. He doesn't have a wife anymore, his kids. He doesn't have his home, So this is be the best bet because, like, we've heard the way he talks. He's a piece of shit. You know what I mean? So this is for those kind of guys. I'm guessing. Don't get me wrong. I'm sure there's some very nice nerdy guys out there that, never seen a boob in their life besides, maybe American Pie, whatever. But I don't know. Like I feel like
an AI therapist might be a better choice for some of these people than an AI girlfriend.
Yeah.
That's all I'm saying.
Yeah. Oh, and here's the thing. It's like, I get it. Like, you don't always have to like do this, but like this is a romantic thing. So like, what's the end game here? Like, are you just gonna like get a keyboard cover and paint the town?
Or
like,
you become that news story for the day of the guy that married his AI girlfriend in,
Yeah.
Western Oogla Boogla.
Which would be funny because, like, imagine, like, say Microsoft created an AI and you marry it, then Microsoft's like, "Well, we own half your shit now, bitch." Like,
You signed a prenup. That's where you went wrong.
you like that you didn't read the whole 6,000 page fucking terms, idiot. Like,
Yeah.
Or you go in after 5 years for an update and then she's like, she's gained a bunch of weight and lost hair. Like,
she's pregnant. You haven't turned me on in 3 years, like a Tamagotchi. Like, she's like, I'm starving.
Wearing a moo doesn't really shower anymore.
Yeah.
It's like, oh,
you didn't eject the USB drive properly. Now you have 3 kids. You can't control alt delete this, bitch. Like, it follows you to like all your devices.
It's not really on this topic, but a little bit. I don't know why, but last night it's just because I've seen the preview or whatever like a bunch of times. I watched the Barbie movie last night.
How was it?
Feminist.
Yeah.
like to the nth degree. And I made the mistake of actually having a small conversation with a woman today at work about, I just brought it up. I was like, yeah, we were talking about bad movies. I'm like, yeah, I just watched the Barbie movie. And she's like, I thought it was incredible. And I'm like, oh shit. Like, well, that's going to be the end of that conversation. It's, I don't even know if I can describe it, but yeah, it's something you just have to kind of see, but wow. Like,
I heard it was funny.
Men are pieces of shit, basically, is the gist of that movie.
Yeah, I'll watch it eventually when it's free.
Yeah, it's on Max right now. But
yeah, I'm not paying for HBO again. Oh my god,
I got a password for you.
Okay, yeah,
I'm paying for Max,
which is good because I want to watch Game of Thrones again, but I don't feel like paying $14. You know what I mean? But I don't want to buy it for $80.
They're just like everybody else, man. They're going to give us $5 in commercials. We'll make it work.
Yeah, well, if they do that, I'll do that. Yeah. Erd says I didn't make it through the Barbie movie. I can't remember the exact reason. It's the Barbie movie.
There's even a part in the movie where Barbie's supposed to be like, she's like depressed, and so she's supposed to be like looking ugly, and the narrator is like, if you wanted to put this, if you wanted to get this point across, you probably should have picked a different actress other than Margot Robbie.
Yeah.
like, even bad, she looks good. So it's like, I know you don't like her, but I mean, it's just wow.
I know she's not an unattractive woman, but she just reminds me too much of Jamie Presley.
I know, and I think that's
a good thing. Good point.
Yeah. She's like when mom says we can go to the store and get Jamie Presley, not Jamie Presley at home.
But Ryan Gosling, bless his heart, man, he's pulling off some great action stuff lately. But man, that's not. I felt
style.
Bad. I didn't really want him in that role. But yeah, because there's a new movie coming out called The Fall Guy, and the funny thing is, we talked about the Fall Guy original TV show on here once before when I saw it. But that looks great. Like, I'm excited to see that when it comes out. So I don't know. I'm weird. I'm getting on this Ryan Gosling train like way late on. I'm like, I don't want to watch The Notebook, but I want to watch The Gray Man and all the
or the other guys stuff. or what's that?
Only
one?
God Forgives. And
don't watch The Notebook. I fought with my girlfriend.
I'm not gonna.
For like 3 weeks.
The only way I'll ever watch The Notebook is if I'm getting jerked off at the same time. And that's the only reason I would.
That's how it started. That's how it started.
Theaters, Bob. You can't do that at the theaters. What's the one he did with Russell Crowe where they're detectives?
Paul Rubin would disagree.
What was the one he did with Russell Crowe where they're detectives? That was a good one.
Oh, The Nice Guys.
Nice Guys.
That we actually talked about that on an episode of Bad Guys with Good Ideas.
Yeah, that was a good one.
Yeah, no, it is. It's great. And it's so funny because there's some things that he's in and I'm like, oh, I'll never watch that. I don't want to watch you sing and dance and do that kind of stuff. Now, maybe you know this, maybe you don't, but Ryan Gosling got his start in show business from Star Search. And there's a video of this dance routine he does with he got free dance lessons basically because he was the only guy in the class. And they go on like Star Search and do this whole thing. And the funny thing is, he does one of the finishing moves he does on Star Search on Barbie. Now, if you don't know this, you would never notice it, but as soon as he did it, that was the thing in the movie that made me laugh.
Well, that, and then he went on to Mickey Mouse Club, right? Or some shit like that.
Probably. Yeah. I haven't really followed his career. I know it sounds like I have, but I really haven't.
Yeah, I didn't like him at first, but I'll watch him and stuff now. That's because that
Um,
fucking Notebook movie.
So this next one that I have, sometimes we get close to the line on things, okay? And
God.
I didn't make this post, okay? This was just something that came up in the Eau Claire Facebook marketplace. And it was so disturbing to me that I was like, I can't just keep this to myself. I have to share it. But once again, I'm going to say that I didn't make this. It's just something that was posted on Facebook that I took a screen capture of, okay?
Okay.
So you didn't make this. You didn't make this. It's folk art.
I just want to know what
Not
goes through
your
the mind of
folk art.
someone to say, hey, I'm going to not only save what this is, but I'm also now going to try and sell it by taking pictures and it's trash. Like, fucking throw it out. Like, nobody needs to have
I
that.
think there's like a group that you sell this to that you don't talk about in public, you know.
Ah,
Is that a spoon man? I'm
what,
not
the
getting
Fight
the
Club? I don't think they'd use this.
It's not. It doesn't rhyme with fight. I'll tell you that.
Spoon. It's supposed to be a spoon character.
Yeah.
Right?
So basically, if
maybe
you
there's
guys
some
don't-
historical value here that I'm just
there
unaware
could
of.
be
that
if
I'm
this
just
was in
like,
a museum, but not by some guy that obviously like. Here's the thing.
in his work shed.
He made like
that tattoo.
Well, if you look at the glass bottles, you know, and the paint splatters and all the hand tattoo, this guy is an artist of some sort. I wouldn't doubt he made this. Like,
Who knows, Ern? Who knows?
yeah,
It could be.
yeah. Well, let's just
So,
say if
yeah.
I don't shave my face, I can't get in the club.
Quit hanging out in front of Home Depot. So
Yeah.
I'll get this off the screen, but this will give you an idea of the kind of area that I live in that thinks it's okay to put this kind of shit on Facebook
So,
Marketplace.
Roland, listening to Kid Rock, I got it. Ben says it
Yeah.
don't really look all that antique. Yeah, this is definitely touched up. Like, yeah, okay, like there's like some spots where it looks like the paint's missing, but like that's current. Like this wasn't made in like, you know, your dad's time. This wasn't made in the era where I'm gonna send you to the moon, Alice. Like this was made recently. It's terrible.
That's a wonderful way to explain a time period. To the moon, Alice.
One of these days.
Well, if you can hit women, of course, like, you know, you can abuse minorities. Like,
So, you ever say something out loud and then all of a sudden you start seeing things pop up like in your feeds and I, you know, it weirds me out a lot of times. And I know that it's probably not that, but it just makes it feel like that. So I was talking to the guy at work and I'm like, I think the next generation's like big rebellious thing is that all this social media and technology and stuff will die down drastically to the point where you'll have these, you know, outdoorsy, you know, people are like, I can't believe you do that. Like you almost be shunned for being, you know, on your phone or whatever. And then the next day I see this commercial on TV for US Cellular and they're just like tipping their toe into the pond. It's like, you know, try a 5-minute break from your phone, you know, or a 5-day or 5-hour. Why would a cell company
Yeah, I was about to say.
doing,
Are they,
I mean, that's like,
well,
like
this
Pizza Hut going, you should go and eat healthier than we are. You know, it just doesn't make, I don't get that.
Here's the
are
thing.
they
Like,
selling an app? Are they selling an app where they're like, push the
open this
button on
app
the
to turn your
and
phone
it's
off.
No,
Yeah.
it's not anything like that. Just put your phone down for that period of time.
Yeah.
Good.
Ben said in chat they have already started. They got old Nokia style phones that don't use social media. Yes, there's a big movement right now too, with AI as well, where it's like screenless phones basically. And it's not screenless to a sense of like there's no screen, but it's like an LCD screen, right? Where it's like an old school, like a flip phone or a regular standard cell phone.
Oh, it's just a phone.
It's a cell phone, yeah, and stuff
Yeah.
like that. And then there's these new AI devices. Of course, you have to pair it to a phone for now until like, you know, they figure it all out. But what it does is it'll be like, oh, you got a text from Jim or Bill, or like this is your reminder and shit like that. So you don't have to look at screens; it's happening. But to see like this is
I'm
like,
sorry, I was laughing at Erd.
yeah.
Made no
Erd
sense.
says, oh, this new hot shit is silent fucking walking. Like people have discovered walking silently like it's fucking new. Makes me feel fucking insane and old. Yeah, I'm like, here's the thing. This is like a lot of us came here from the vape side, right? Stuff like that. And, like, you know, we remember the advocacy. This is the exact same thing as big tobacco that pays for the anti-smoking ads and shit like that. They know you're not going to stop smoking because of these ads, but they're going to say they're doing something. This is the easiest way to do something without actually doing something.
Right.
They take a break from your phone on this ad from your phone that you're looking at on your phone. You just got a notification on your phone. You're never going to put your fucking phone down. And, like, they know that. So, like, we feel good about it because our underpaid social media guy $12 for an hour to make this. We was fucked up 3 reviews, and guess what? We like this one, and it was 4 composites of 3 images, and guess what? We help people. We get a tax break. Like, yeah, mental health. Yeah.
Hey, speaking of ads on your phone, I've been getting a lot of ads for Whippets. I've never discussed a desire for, canned air or whatever.
You just sound like a guy that would enjoy Whippets.
Maybe I do. But like they just keep, I have like 8 different ads every time I scroll down, and it's like, hey, try our new one where you could choose different types of tips.
your
I've
ad
never done it.
Here's the thing. You live in Colorado, which is a pretty fucking oatmeal state, if you ask me. When I call something an oatmeal state, it's people that use a bunch of different kinds of, like, recreational stuff. And so that's probably more of a regional ad kind of thing, because you have people out there, that are out there eating shrooms and tripping balls and smoking weed. And, like, I don't consider, like, Colorado the new California in that sense, but I do consider Colorado a place where I'd feel comfortable enough to go in public on shrooms. I feel comfortable enough to do things. So I think what they're doing is, like, like a lot of this is probably from Chinese apps too, because, like, you can order fucking the Whippets off of, like, Temu and shit like that now, like, and shit like that. And so what's happening is like, they're like, oh well, let's edge on this market a little bit, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And so it's a regional thing. Like, I get nonstop ads about sports books and shit like that all the fucking time. I don't talk about gambling, you know what I mean?
Never shown a desire for it, but it's like, here you go, because
Yeah.
you live in Vegas, you should probably gamble.
Yeah. Ern says, I get tons of mushroom ads. And see, that's the thing. It's like, it's a regional thing, but Ern, I don't think it's regional. I think you're just a bad guy.
Ern just does mushrooms, yeah.
Well, I get lots of reels for big booby girls, so I'm not complaining at all.
Yeah.
Like, that's...
Well, and that's the thing is, like, that's usually my algorithm too. I've always talked about on Instagram, I'm not there to, like, I don't give a fuck that your kid took its first steps. I don't give a fuck that your kid talked. Fuck that kid. Like, fuck that kid. But you know what I want to see? I want to see, like, butts and booties and stuff like that. But it's funny because, like, every once in a while, I'm the kind of guy that where I don't pay attention, my finger slips right, and I'll accidentally tap, like, an ad or something, and then, like, because I never ever go outside of my realm of, like, what I look at. Now all of a sudden it's like fucking 5,000 ads for this fucking thing. It's like, well, it was like
I try not to even slow down when I'm scrolling, just to make sure I don't spend an extra second there.
Even if I'm looking at a reel that I like and it goes, are you interested or not? I go, I'm not answering you. Fucking don't narrow me down.
Yeah. And the easiest way to stop seeing ads on just some, friendly social media content director advice is what you want to do is when you're on, like, Facebook or Instagram, you tap the 3 dots or you click the little top 3 dots and hide this ad, and then it's irrelevant. And if you do that like 10 times in one day, they stop sending you ads because, like, fuck, we're going to start losing money because you're actively trying to block the ads. That's less people that see it, so they stop showing it to you. So what happens is they lose revenue because that's less people viewing it, so they throttle your viewership of it and push it off on other people. And so, like, you do that once every couple of weeks, it will reduce your ad content massively, because that's how Facebook makes money. Like, sure, you could pay for your Instagram badge. Only fucking losers and fucking chicks that call themselves entrepreneurs, but they're selling candles that 4 other people sold them, are paying for the verified status. So they make their money off of ads.
This is SEO info, folks.
Yeah. Whoop, whoop. You guys learned something. I got to charge you guys, actually. I'm going to put a tip thing. This new fucking Streamlabs, I could have put, like, a tip jar thing up, but then I had to create, like, a business account. No.
You were going to get taxed. You're going to get taxed.
Yeah. You want to draw something? Because we're running out of time.
Yeah, we're only going to do one, but let me throw up the bumper dirty draw.
Dirty draw. And mine's already drawn.
You can't beat them. All right. So we did kind of go a little bit long with the talking tonight, so we're not going to have a bunch of stuff. But I do have an idea for what we could draw. If you're new here, yeah. So anyways, Dirty drawing is a thing where sometimes we'll have throw out shout outs and stuff and we'll draw it, or we'll choose stuff. That's what we're doing tonight, is we're going to choose stuff. And to go with the theme of the show, I want to, and like, here's the thing, you get extra credit. You don't have to, but we're going to, because this is what we do here. You know, we're a bunch of retard. I can't say that anymore. I don't know.
Mentally challenged.
Yeah, Wii tards, like Nintendo Wii. You know, we
Massively
love
untalented.
it. Yeah. Anyways,
I'd
you
cover up
include
Wii.
like a penis somehow into the photo. So since we are running late on time, let me go ahead and get my timer set
You mean
up.
like my cock?
Yeah. So you can do it however you want. Nick a clock cage, but I'm going for a Dickless cage personally. So your favorite version of Dickless cage.
Oh.
We're gonna do 3 minutes.
3 minutes?
Yeah.
I got my pen ready.
Time starts now.
Okay. So 3 minutes. Nicolas Cage. I don't even know what Nicolas Cage looks like. Not off the top of my head.
Well, I mean, there should be some kind of head. Wait.
He will have a head. Yeah. There we go. Give him a sign.
So, Super Rug, what would be your favorite Nicolas Cage movie?
Raising Arizona. Just because it's the comedy, or Trapped in Paradise. God, that's a good one. That's just a good one.
Yeah.
Dana Carvey. All that fun stuff.
John Lovitz too.
John Lovitz. That bank scene. If you don't, you won't go to heaven if you don't sit still, because if you move, you're gonna get killed. Lighten up, people. He's trying to keep the hostages calm by singing them a song. It's beautiful. What's yours, Spandel?
I already said it, Con Air.
No, that's Anthony's.
Anthony said it was Pig.
I mean, Pig. Ugh, I guess. Why didn't anyone say Gone in 60 Seconds? I mean, that's a...
Because it's not that good of a movie.
What? They're heisting cars, man.
Yeah, but have you watched it in the last 10 years?
Well, that's not the point. Well, I guess not. No. All right. I have no idea what Nicolas Cage looks like. Here we go.
Wow, that's terrible.
Yeah, that's too bad. How are we looking on time?
You'll hear it when I tell you.
You don't want to tell me?
No, I want to finish my drawing.
Oh, sure. Finish your drawing.
Why are you doing the Jurassic Park theme song?
Because I didn't know the Jurassic Park gate scene that you guys were all talking about. So I'm just referencing that because it makes me feel good. I heard Jurassic Park was just cosplaying Goonies. The
The
bad
new one?
guy. No, the original Jurassic Park. The outfits that the guy with the Barbasol, the shaving cream.
Yeah,
Right.
Time's up.
The bad. What?
Time's up.
Okay. Well, the bad guy in Jurassic Park, the first one.
Yeah.
He cosplays as Truffle Shuffle Kid. He wears Brad's outfit in one. He wears like people from the Goonies outfits throughout the movie. And it's like,
yeah.
yeah, if you look it up, he really does. Like he wears
he does.
Hawaiian button up and everything.
It's Newman from Seinfeld.
All right, and then if anyone followed along in chat, please send it to one of us, and we will get it on next week's show. Actually, why am I doing the background blur?
Is that Nick Cage? And I know what you're wondering. How'd I get the beans above the Frank?
Where's my penis pig? Mine, if you can't tell, obviously Anthony's is from Pig. Mine's from Con Air when it's the scene crash and he's blowing his hair and his mullet. You know, he's holding the teddy bear, and like Las Vegas is there, and it says Con Air. You know, and then I don't know what yours is from. He looks more like the
Gone
the CM. Who's that guy that did Oppenheimer?
Oppenheimer.
Cillian Murphy.
Yeah,
This
Cillian
is Gone
Murphy.
in-
But it's like the Batman
Looks like
Cillian Murphy.
Your penis is wearing a costume.
This is Gone in Dickie seconds. This is Gone in Dickie seconds. Don't you like how I got the beans?
I don't
about
want to
the-
see that puppet show. That's just not for me.
V8 says you never replied to a pic that he sent you, Matt.
Right, replied to a pic. I probably did. He's just making it up. I probably responded. I respond to everybody.
Carla was the prom queen, says Ern.
Green?
Cream. Prom cream. Excuse me.
I say Vandals won because they had compassion.
Compassion. I forgot what this was. Let me see.
If V8 sent me one from a past show, I will send it to you, Vandal.
Okay. So we got Delane says Anthony wins. He's even got the penis pig. V8 says Anthony. Ern says me. Ben says Matt. I don't know who that is, but let's give that vote to Sewer. What is it? Fence Nuts?
Son of a bitch.
Double T.
I have a name. It's clearly on the bottom of the screen. It's easy to read.
You sit on a porcelain throne of lies, Sewer Boy, says V8. So I'm saying Anthony wins this one. It's
Really?
He won it because the pig. The piggy.
That was good. V8.
Pigs always win.
Pigs.
Well, you just start playing to your audience, you'll do better.
Yeah. I don't even know where I'm at right now, to be honest. All right,
Sounds negative.
so, and then Ben just had another stroke in chat. So did I. I'm going to start typing stuff. Start telling these lovely people lovely things.
Chat, you're fantastic as always. Sarah, go ahead. That's all you want to say? Yeah, I said my thing already. You do yours.
Hey, I'm Sewer Rug, and thanks for having me again. Next week is my fucking birthday. Less hair, more entertainment. Come on by.
That's it.
All right. Well, thank you, chat, for stopping by. I'm glad audio and video worked really well tonight. So it was definitely worth having a good time here. Actually, I enjoyed tonight quite a bit. The time just kind of flew by. I thought we were going to be like way early, and we went kind of late. So I have a good time. Thank you for being, so into the games and into the discussions that we have, because that's what makes it good for us. Just another Friday night in the books. We really enjoy doing this show. You can always check me out over on Instagram at I'm_Anthony Ramella. If you need weed, check out therogueshop.com and use code SHEDTIME for a discount. And if you want a t-shirt or a mug or an apron or something, go over to oinksquad.com. Anyway, Vandal, take us on home, buddy.
I was writing I'm, and then I did the underscore, and then I started to write underscore.
Under.
I'm __. Anthony
Yeah. I
know what
Ramella.
Ben
I'm
said
trying
now.
to type shit out. You guys know where to find it. I don't know why this isn't working that great.
Don't worry
Anyways,
about it.
we'll probably be back next week. Snorkel will probably be back. He is currently at his LARP thing, so we're going to talk about that probably for the whole 2 seconds. He said, "Look, I hate talking about myself," but whenever you start talking about yourself, he's going to start talking about everything else, which is okay. That's why we love him.
Yes.
Yes.
No, but yeah, so we'll
Vandal
see.
said we had to say yes.
Yeah.
So yes.
Yes.
Yeah, fucking
yes.
say it. That's what I paid you for.
That's what I'm hearing. Yes.
But yeah, we'll be back. I don't know. We'll bring something. Maybe I'll get a haircut. Maybe I won't. Maybe I'll get a job. Don't count on it. But boat parts, yes. V8 boat parts will be all that stuff. Maybe I'll move to Wisconsin. Maybe I'll go be a fucking lot lizard out there. How much does that pay? Probably better than whatever I'm getting here. Anyways, you guys have a great weekend. You're beautiful. You're all beautiful. Everyone except for V8, I would let them know that I know you in real life. Because you know why? I'm happy to know you. V8, you can suck my butt cheek. You guys have a great weekend. Good night, everybody.
Good night, everybody.
Bye-bye.
Oh, I forgot to do the outro screen. So that's going to look like shit.